Chapter 46:15. No one had expected that the Luoshan celestial demon king would actually take the initiative to attack. The invitation to Lin Fei surprised many people present. On the other hand, the heavenly demon let out a thunderous roar. All of their gazes became intense, as if they could not wait for the two sides to fight it out. After Lin Fei saw this scene, he understood what was going on. This was to accumulate momentum. After all, the sky demon had not attacked yet, but attacking would consume momentum. Without his aura, his combat power would be much weaker. This demon king, Luoshan, really knew how to choose. Jun Shan, who was at the side, also said, "Junior brother Lin Fei, this Luoshan heavenly devil king is really good at calculating. He is planning to have a fight with you. If you lose to him, the morale of these heavenly devils will become exuberant. At that time, they will put in more effort to attack Tianyuan City. Their combat strength will also increase a lot. This is a good method and can be considered as an ancient method. Others might not know about such means, but Jun Shan was very clear about it. He admired this Luoshan great demon king even more. If Lin Fei didn't accept the challenge, he would naturally appear to be afraid of Luoshan, heavenly demon king, in the eyes of the people of Tianyuan City. However, if they went out and lost, it would be a huge blow to the morale of Tianyuan City. This could be considered as a way to break the situation. Who told Locke to lose the night raid last time? Instead, it made everyone in Tianyuan City unite as one. This time, Luoshan, Great Demon King, was going to break the idea of unity. When that happened, the attack would be very smooth. This kind of fighting method was rare, but the effect was very good. Isn't it just a fight? It's really nothing to me. If he wants to fight, then let's fight. It's also a good opportunity for me to witness the power of the sky demons. I really didn't have a good time with Locke last time. This time I can have a good time. Lin Fei laughed. The last time he sparred with Locke was indeed nothing special. The difference in strength was quite big. This time, it would be different if he were to fight against this Luoshan Heavenly Demon King. He could feel how powerful this Luoshan Heavenly Demon King was. He was much stronger than Locke. At the very least, it would be 2 or 3 levels stronger. Luoshan Celestial Demon King, to think that you would want to spar with me. I definitely have no objections to that. I'm a straightforward person. Lin Fei went out. He appeared in the sky above the Heavenly Demon. At this moment, Luoshan Heavenly Demon King also flew over and faced Lin Fei. He didn't expect that Lin Fei, the personal disciple of the Heavens Reaching Church, would really dare to come out. Was he not afraid of losing? But no matter what, his provocation had indeed paid off. If the other party really came out as long as they took down Lin Fei, when the time came to attack Tianyuan City, it would save them a lot of trouble. The Luoshan Demon King still had this bit of awareness. You're quite gutsy. However, I like gutsy people like you. This is a good opportunity for me to see just how strong your personal disciple is. As soon as his voice fell, the Luoshan Celestial Demon King pounced over like a stream of light. He used close combat techniques. 2 huge hammers actually appeared in his hands and turned into 2 streams of light as they attacked from both sides. The left side was a hammer technique, while the right side was actually a blade technique mixed together. It just so happened that after the hammer technique and blade technique were mixed together, the power was actually amplified. This made Lin Fei a little surprised. This Luoshan Celestial Demon King was quite unconventional. He actually mastered such a technique. No wonder he had the confidence to fight with me. When it came to close combat, Lin Fei wasn't afraid of the other party. Lin Fei's sword intent directly blocked in front of him. With this block, Lin Fei could feel how powerful the Luoshan Celestial Demon King was. His strength was indeed quite strong. After the amplification, even ordinary heavenly kings wouldn't be able to withstand it. No wonder this guy could stand alone. He was indeed quite capable. With this block, Lin Fei's sword intent was shattered. This test also made Lin Fei realize that this guy was indeed a little difficult to endure. The Luoshan Celestial Demon King also laughed. Bring out your techniques. If you still use your sword intent to fight against my techniques, I'm afraid that I might accidentally kill you. That would be a pity for the personal disciple of the Heaven-Reaching Church. I reckon that the Heaven-Reaching Church would be heartbroken for a long time without one. It's not easy to nurture a talent these days. At this moment, the Luoshan Celestial Demon King also knew how to act hypocritically. Lin Fei didn't know whether to laugh or cry, following which, his sword intent blocked the surroundings and turned into streams of light, attacking directly. Didn't you say that you're very strong? Then come and give it a try. My sword intent isn't that easy to deal with. These sword intents flooded over like a sky full of starlight. Even the Luoshan Celestial Demon King felt a lot of pressure at this moment. These streams of light didn't have any techniques to speak of. They were untraceable. The most important thing was that Lin Fei had instantly pulled away and was standing far away. A sky extermination bow also landed in his hands. So. Streams of light attacked directly, instantly forming a reversal. The might of Lin Fei's archery was still very strong, especially after his strength had increased. It was indeed very different. Streaks of light filled the void, leaving no trace behind. After the Luoshan Celestial Demon King blocked this arrow, another arrow appeared. This caused him to be tired of defending. The experts on Tianyuan City's side also heaved a sigh of relief. At the very least, junior brother Lin Fei's strength was really strong. He was able to suppress the other party's attack and even seemed to have the upper hand. From the looks of it, junior brother Lin Fei shouldn't lose. We can finally heave a sigh of relief. The Luoshan Celestial Demon King is probably feeling very depressed. He must be incomparably depressed. No matter what, he's a Celestial Demon King, and he was the one who took the initiative to ask for a spar with our junior brother Lin Fei. From the looks of it, junior brother Lin Fei is definitely going to win this spar. Just as they were rejoicing in their hearts, they realized that the Luoshan Celestial Demon King's speed had suddenly increased. His strength had also increased, and he was actually able to send those streams of light flying one by one. He continued to close the distance and revealed a smile on his face. Your long-range attacks are indeed strong. However, it's still too difficult to suppress me. Haven't you heard that our celestial demon race specializes in speed and close combat? With a swoosh, the Luoshan Celestial Demon King closed the distance once more. A cruel smile appeared on his face. Lin Fei smiled at this moment. Actually, you really shouldn't have gotten close to me at this moment. I've long prepared this move for you. If you hadn't come, I wouldn't have had the chance to execute it. There was a loud rumbling sound. A sky full of lightning descended and turned into a lightning zone. Tree branches extended out from the void and instantly wrapped around the Luoshan Celestial Demon King's body. Bookseller's website. Chapter 46:16. After the rumbling thunderbolts fell, the speed of Luoshan Celestial Demon King was instantly suppressed. Even though his speed was extremely fast, he did not dare to look down on these emperor-level great waves of thunder. He was also slightly shocked. He had underestimated the strength of Lin Fei of the Sky-Reaching Church. Being able to master such a great way indeed had a certain impact on the celestial demons. What made Luoshan Celestial Demon King feel the most incredulous was that the branches that stretched out were extremely hard. They pierced through his body in an instant. At such a close distance, he did not have any defense at all. He was directly pierced through. After being pierced, he felt the life energy in his body instantly rushing out like a flood. It could not be stopped at all. Lin Fei also came over. Are you very surprised? This is the gift I specially prepared for you. I don't know if you like it or not. If you don't like it, I can give you another one. Luoshan Celestial Demon King wanted to curse. Bastard, how can you have such a technique? You are obviously from the sky-reaching church. It's impossible for you to have such a technique. Did you steal the secret of our celestial demon clan? The rumbling thunderbolts kept echoing. The people outside could not see clearly what was going on inside. The power of lightning interweaved together to form a special zone. Those who were not strong enough could not see it clearly. Their eyes would hurt, and there were only a few people who could see it clearly. Interesting. The technique I've mastered is not something that your celestial demon clan can compare with. Don't you want to fight with me? Now let's see how you perform. In the blink of an eye, Luo Shan's celestial demon king felt that he could not stand it anymore. His whole body was replaced by a kind of weakness. He finally knew how Luo Ku was defeated. This guy must not get close to him. If he did, he would be in big trouble. Unfortunately, as soon as this thought flashed through his mind, Luo Shan's celestial demon king collapsed. A thunderbolt bombarded him and tore his body into pieces. His life energy was gone, leaving only an empty shell. Naturally, he could not withstand the attack of the power of thunder. In the blink of an eye, the thunderbolt disappeared, and the scene became quiet again. The mood of the heavenly demon clans side instantly fluctuated. All of them looked at the Luo Shan heavenly demon king who had disappeared into the sky, unable to accept this. On the other hand, the people from Tianyuan City were cheering. What are you guys waiting for? Now is the best time to take action. Let's attack together. Don't let them escape. These sky demons are still very meaningful. Lin Fei took out the sky extermination bow. Beams of light shot down, and instantly, the sky demons below suffered a calamity. The power of thunder was contained within, moving like a thunder dragon, instantly paralyzing the sky demons. The human race experts of Tianyuan City were still in a state of shock, but upon hearing Lin Fei's voice, they all cheered and rushed out against these heavenly demons. 2 against 1 or 3 against 1. Their movements were very fast. In the blink of an eye, these heavenly devils were submerged by the experts of Tianyuan City. Kill all these heavenly demons. We can't let them do as they please. Ha 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 ha, I also killed a heavenly demon. You're just one. I've already killed 3 heavenly demons. The strength of these heavenly demons has been suppressed, and their movements have been slowed down. This is a great opportunity for me to kill them. Even the Luo Shan heavenly demon king of the heavenly demon clan wasn't a match for Lin Fei, which made the experts of Tianyuan City perk up. It turned out that the heavenly demons weren't as scary as they had imagined. 2 victories in a row. Lin Fei's arrow light continued to attack. When it landed, the land of thunder spread out, directly suppressing these experts of the heavenly demon clan. Most of these heavenly demons had average strength. It was the same for the lowest strength. Their speed was fast, but with the influence of the power of thunder, their speed was slowed down. It was easier to deal with them. From start to finish, it took about 2 hours. Except for a portion of the heavenly demons that escaped, most of the heavenly demons were suppressed. Countless heavenly demons died on the scene. Of course, many experts of the human race also died. In comparison, the harvest this time was still huge. They had achieved a huge victory. Jun Shan, the city lord, also personally took action and dealt with many heavenly demon kings. As for Lin Fei, he suppressed all the heavenly demons with his long-range means and achieved a huge victory. When everyone looked at Lin Fei, they were full of gratitude and worship. They also realized that Tianyuan City wasn't that easy to break through and had absolute confidence. I didn't expect that we would defeat the heavenly demons again. Jun Shan also flew back and finally let out a sigh of relief. Originally, he felt a lot of pressure this time. He didn't expect it to be resolved like this, which was out of Jun Shan's expectation. Of course, the one who made the biggest contribution this time was Lin Fei. If it wasn't for Lin Fei's power of thunder suppressing these heavenly demons, they would have to pay a huge price to fight with these heavenly demons. Especially these heavenly demons were fast, had high close combat skills, and had great power. If they were to face them, they really had no chance of winning. But now, they had defeated these heavenly demons in a crushing manner. I've already said that these heavenly demons aren't as powerful as you think. As long as we suppress their advantage, they will naturally be easy to deal with. Luo Shan, Heavenly Demon King, was too conceited. If he knew that Lin Fei had such means, he really wouldn't have dared to approach. In the end, he suffered a huge loss and even lost his life. This was also the best solution that Lin Fei could think of. These heavenly demon experts were indeed not easy to deal with, especially with their strong physical bodies. If they wanted to kill them, they could only rely on the power of the divine tree of life. Fortunately, now that they had the power of thunder, after spreading it out, they could suppress the heavenly demon clan. At that time, they could use the divine tree of life to kill them instantly. The effect was also quite good. With Locke in front and Luo Shan, Heavenly Demon King, behind, Lin Fei had also grasped the shortcut. There wasn't that much pressure to deal with them, and it was easy. As for what others would think, Lin Fei didn't care much. Who didn't have a few means? Anyway, it was enough for him to defend Tianyuan City. After dealing with these heavenly demons, Lin Fei returned to the city, Lord's mansion. He left the rest to Jun Shan. Jun Shan also reported the matter here to the Sky Reaching Church as soon as possible. When the Sky Reaching Church heard this, they were very shocked. This Lin Fei was quite resourceful. He defeated the attack of the Heavenly Demon Clan so quickly, and he killed a Heavenly Demon King. Chapter 46:17. On a mountain peak of the Heavens Reaching Church, several people were sitting together. They were led by a young man, Gao Fan, the eldest senior brother of the Heavens Reaching Church. There were also several elders sitting next to him, all of whom had considerable influence in the Heavens Reaching Church. Facing the eldest senior brother, Gao Fan, they were quite respectful. This disciple of Lin Fei is really capable. He captured Locke not long ago, and now he killed Luo Shan. It seems that there should be no big problem in Tianyuan City. Many cities under the immortal sects have been captured. Our Heavens Reaching Church is still fine, especially Lin Fei, who has killed 2 powerful celestial demon kings. These elders had received the news and knew that the celestial demons had attacked the city again. It was still Tianyuan City. Finally, it was blocked by Lin Fei, and he even killed Luo Shan, celestial demon king, who was the leader, and obtained a great victory. This was a very happy thing for the entire Heavens Reaching Church. Then send some spirit stones to Tianyuan City, and let them guard Tianyuan City well. Also, praise Lin Fei. It is naturally a good thing to have him guarding Tianyuan City. After the matter was settled, these elders also retreated one by one. In the blink of an eye, it was quiet. However, several figures appeared beside the eldest senior brother, Gao Fan. No one knew when they appeared, and they all half knelt in front of him. Go back and tell them that if they can't even handle such a small matter, what's the use of keeping them? The eldest senior brother, Gao Fan, was really a little puzzled. Lin Fei's strength was really valiant. Even Luo Shan, Celestial Demon King, was not a match for him. The whole team was destroyed, but it helped Lin Fei. This was something that the eldest senior brother, Gao Fan, did not expect before. Originally, he sent Lin Fei away to prevent him from gaining a certain influence in the Heavens Reaching Church. Although Lin Fei took away the fate divine with last time, it seemed that he did not have any intention of becoming the future leader. In the opinion of the eldest senior brother, Lin Fei was not ordinary. That was why he kicked him out and sent him to guard the city. If the heavenly demons were to take over the city, Lin Fei's influence in the sect would become lower and lower. However, he did not expect to fail twice in a row. Instead, he lost a large number of sky fiends. This made eldest senior brother Gao Fan very unhappy. If it was any other time, it wouldn't be a big deal at all. But now that Lin Fei could exterminate Luo Shan, Heavenly Demon King, it was obvious that other heavenly demons would have some difficulty attacking Tianyuan City. This was not a good thing. Tell them that this Tianyuan City must be taken down. After killing the Luoshan Celestial Demon King, Lin Fei returned to the city Lord Mansion. After obtaining a few rings, Lin Fei was most concerned about the Luoshan Heavenly Demon King's ring. He wanted to see what was around here. To be able to become such a heavenly demon king, he must have a certain amount of wealth. As for how much he could gain, Lin Fei didn't care. It was purely because he was bored. With this check, he found quite a number of things. Other than spirit stones, there were quite a number of techniques. As for the techniques, Lin Fei was rather curious. He also knew the strength of these heavenly demons. Especially when it came to close combat, they were quite powerful. Especially their speed. If an ordinary person encountered Luoshan Heavenly Demon King, they wouldn't be able to take it and would be killed instantly. The first thing he saw was a speed-type movement technique. Of course, to Lin Fei, these movement techniques weren't as fast as his demon god escape. Therefore, he put them aside. Other than that, Lin Fei saw a technique that he was rather concerned about. This technique was called Sky Demon Fusion. The greatest effect of this Sky Demon Fusion was that it could fuse the strength of a few people together and instantly reach a new level. There were no side effects. It was just that the duration wasn't considered long. This was a rather powerful cultivation technique. It seemed like this Luoshan Heavenly Demon King didn't cultivate it. Other than these techniques, Lin Fan also saw quite a few movement techniques. All of them were close combat techniques that were rather sharp and domineering. I've got to keep my guard up when I fight with these sky demons in the future. These close combat techniques of theirs are pretty impressive. Lin Fan had thought that there wasn't much else in here. But to his surprise, Lin Fei's eyes lit up. He saw yet another item. He took it out casually. This item landed in Lin Fei's hands. It was an extremely inconspicuous black crystal. When it saw the black crystal, the tree of life within his body started to move. For Lin Fei, as long as there was some movement from the tree of life, it would mean one thing. That was, this thing was definitely a good thing. It could also be said that the tree of life had become a unique existence that could differentiate between good and bad treasures. Lin Fei was rather pleased. He casually sent the black crystal to the side of the tree of life. In the blink of an eye, it was absorbed and refined by the tree of life. He had thought that was it. He didn't expect that after refining it, the tree of life would spit out a trace of power. This trace of power was instantly absorbed by his physical body. In an instant, Lin Fei felt as if he had eaten an immortal peach. His entire body became relaxed and happy. Even his flesh and cells were growing stronger. In just a short period of time, Lin Fei could already feel the incredible changes that had taken place within it. What kind of stone is this? It has such a strong effect. Even my physical body has been improved. Not only has my physical body's defense been improved, but even my physical strength has been improved. This was a pleasant surprise for Lin Fei. He didn't care much about the black crystal at first, but he didn't expect its effect to be so strong. Lin Fei's current fleshly body was very different from the fleshly bodies cultivated by ordinary people. They weren't the same type. It was even more difficult to improve it, especially now that he had a half-step Heavenly King physical body. It would be a little difficult to improve it further. The appearance of the black crystal made Lin Fei realize that he seemed to have found a way to improve his physical body. Without saying anything, Lin Fei went to bring back a few sky fiends. These sky fiends were all Saint Kings, and they were also very powerful. Their strength had been suppressed, and they were all extremely well behaved. After being brought back by Lin Fei and searched their souls, he couldn't be bothered to talk nonsense with them. Lin Fei didn't want to know that someone was looking for these black crystals. After searching their souls, Lin Fei also knew what this black crystal was. So this black stone is called an essence crystal. It's a higher level existence than a spirit stone. Lin Fei had seen some records about essence crystals. It was indeed a high-level power. It was said that only heavenly monarchs could use it. Chapter 46:18. The appearance of essence crystals allowed Lin Fei to find a new path in an instant. Unfortunately, these fellas did not have essence crystals in their pockets at all. It was also a rather helpless thing. It would be fine if he did not know. But once he knew, then Lin Fei would have to improve his physical body no matter what. Especially when exchanging blows with these heaven demons. If his physical body was not strong enough, it would really be hard to seriously injure them. He might even be able to kill them. The divine tree of life was useful, but it had to be used at critical times. At this time, the physical body became crucial. It's a pity that there are not many essence crystals in the spiritual realm at all. If I want essence crystals, I can only go outside. Even if I go outside, I might not be able to obtain these essence crystals. Lin Fei also had some headaches. He had finally found this path with great difficulty, but in the end, these essence crystals became hard to find. This really made Lin Fei a little displeased. This also made Lin Fei even more eager to go outside. Traveling to the outside world was the most important thing for him to improve his strength. Unfortunately, the appearance of these heaven demons had disrupted Lin Fei's footsteps. Sitting in his study, Lin Fei secretly pondered for a while. If he wanted to obtain these essence crystals, he could only go to a large-scale auction house. Only then would he have a chance to obtain essence crystals. Looks like I can only find some time to go out. Go to the nearest small world, preferably a small trading city. That way, I can find some clues about essence crystals. It would have been fine if he did not know. Once he knew, Lin Fei could not sit still. Of course, he also knew that wanting to obtain essence crystals was not an easy thing. If Lin Fei wanted to obtain essence crystals, he would have to take out something of the same quality. And now, Lin Fei was completely empty-handed. He really did not have many things that he could take out. The only thing that could be considered more valuable should be the divine tree of life. After all, the divine tree of life was different from other things, especially the limitless energy that it specially condensed. This thing was good. It was top-notch in healing injuries. Even if one's realm was high, as long as they had this limitless energy, they would naturally be able to repair their physical body. After thinking about it, this was the only thing that could be exchanged for some essence crystals. As for how many essence crystals his physical body needed to devour to constantly strengthen, Lin Fei did not know. Regardless, Lin Fei could be considered to have found a way. In the following time, what Lin Fei did was to constantly urge the divine tree of life to produce drops of limitless energy. These drops of limitless energy were stored in a jade bottle by Lin Fei. Every bottle contained 10 drops. The effect of 10 drops of unlimited energy was quite good. To ordinary saint rulers, a single drop was enough to heal their injuries, and 3 drops would allow them to recover to their peak condition. Even Lin Fei knew that this was a good item. Anyone who saw it would be tempted to make a move. At that time, whether or not he could exchange for essence crystals would depend on this thing. In fact, if Lin Fei really wanted to exchange something for it, he could still do so. For example, this rainbow tree that had already grown. In just a few days, the 7-colored seed grew and turned into a 7-colored tree. At present, it was not very high. If he sold it, it could definitely be sold for a good price. Tianyuan City had once again defeated a heavenly demon and killed a heavenly demon king. This news had also spread in the spiritual world, causing an uproar. After all, other places had been attacked by the heavenly demons. It was not easy to find a place that could resist the heavenly demons. Naturally, they felt some joy and motivation. At least, in their opinion, the heavenly demons were not impossible to deal with. Tianyuan City had successfully defeated the heavenly demons and killed a heavenly demon king. The heaven-reaching church also sent a few elders to express their condolences. Lin Fei also came out to meet the elders. These elders came to take a look at Tianyuan City and praise them a few times. It could be regarded as an encouragement to everyone. Lin Fei did not say much about this. After all, he was merely going through the motions. Before leaving, an elder took out a box. "Junior brother Lin Fei, it is not easy for you to stay in Tianyuan City. These heavenly demons are not easy to deal with. This is a little reward from the sect." Before Lin Fei opened the box, he already knew what was inside. That was because his physical body had actually started to stir slightly. This was a feeling that he had not felt before. However, Lin Fei was very smart and he immediately remembered it. Perhaps there were crystals in the box. In fact, there were really crystals inside. After exchanging some pleasantries, Lin Fei put away the box. When they left, he returned to the study room. When he opened it, he found that there were indeed a few crystals inside. Each of these crystals was the size of a fist and was very heavy. Compared to the crystals found from the Heavenly Demon King, it was a lot bigger. Lin Fei could not help but laugh. Truly, one can wear out iron shoes in fruitless search, only to find it by chance. I was still anxiously looking for yuan crystals. Who would have thought that the sect would send them over? Even though there are only 5 yuan crystals, it will be of great help to me. This was really an unexpected surprise for Lin Fei. He was still wondering where to find these crystals, and now the sect actually took the initiative to send them over. With these 5 crystals, Lin Fei felt that he had a great hope to break through to the Heavenly King level in one fell swoop. When the body reached the real Heavenly King level, it would be different. Moreover, the effect of swallowing these crystals would be more obvious. In contrast, the body would become stronger, and the strength of the body would also become stronger. This was the biggest difference. Lin Fei was quite touched. At this time, he really wanted to say thank you to the Heavenly Reaching School. The gift this time was really too satisfying. This also made Lin Fei have a new idea about the Heavenly Reaching School. Senior brother Gao Fan also wanted to be the sect master, but he just wanted to rule the entire Heavenly Reaching School. At that time, the treasures inside would belong to him. Now that he had found these crystals, Lin Fei felt that he could also be the sect master of the Heavenly Reaching School. He couldn't possibly give everything to someone else, right? How could there be such a good thing? If senior brother Gao Fan knew what Lin Fei was thinking, he would probably smash the table with one palm. Originally, he sent some things down to brush off Lin Fei, but he did not expect that Lin Fei would have other ideas. If he had known this, senior brother Gao Fan would never have done this. He would rather arrange for a few elders to go down to express his condolences. Why did he have to do this? This was really looking for a big trouble for himself. Gao Fan, who was drinking tea, suddenly yawned. He turned around and looked around. He seemed to be a little curious. Could it be that someone was thinking of him? It should not be possible. It was good enough that those guys did not curse him to die early. Chapter 46:19. With these crystals, Lin Fei heaved a sigh of relief. At the very least, with these 5 crystals, he could use his physical body to cultivate. Immediately, Lin Fei picked up the crystals and let his physical body devour and refine them. As expected, just as Lin Fei had imagined, these crystals were devoured by his physical body after entering his body, turning into traces of energy that circulated throughout his body. The flesh and blood cells in his body also became much stronger in an instant. This kind of change was visible to the naked eye, and it felt really good. Lin Fei could clearly feel that his strength had increased in an instant, and this kind of improvement was really very satisfying. In just 3 days, Lin Fei had completely refined and absorbed these 5 pieces of origin crystals. Originally, he thought that he would be able to keep 1 or 2, but in the end he realized that he had thought too much. He couldn't keep them at all. However, the change in his physical body was beyond Lin Fei's expectations. It was stronger than he had imagined, and he had stepped into the Heavenly King level in one fell swoop. Originally, Lin Fei's physical body was already at the edge of the Heavenly King physical body. Now, with the help of these crystals, he had directly broken through to the Heavenly King level physical body. This also made Lin Fei's physical body even stronger. This kind of strength could be clearly felt. A gentle punch could blast open the void, directly reach the end of the world, and see the colorful world barrier. This was not an easy feat to achieve in the past, but now Lin Fei's physical body could release such power with just a gentle burst. Now, once my physical strength explodes, I can easily kill a Saint King, and even a Heavenly King powerhouse will be completely unable to withstand it. I have a better chance of winning against a sky demon. Even if he met a sky demon that could explode with the power of a heavenly monarch, he could still fight for a long time. His physical body was already quite difficult to break. Lin Fei did not believe that any sky demon could cultivate their physical body to the same level. To be able to explode with the power of a heavenly monarch, then their physical body would at most be at the Heavenly King level. It was impossible for them to be that strong. There weren't that many people like Lin Fei who were unconventional. After cultivating with 5 crystals, Lin Fei began to ponder over crystals again. Right now, he had another thing to do. In the short 3 days that he had been cultivating, there was another commotion outside. As soon as he came out, Jun Shan came to report the situation. Junior brother Lin Fei, I just received news that another heavenly demon is attacking our city. It's our neighbor. Do you think we should go and help? Jun Shan, who had just breathed a sigh of relief, was surprised when he received the news. He thought that these sky fiends wouldn't dare to show themselves easily, but he didn't expect them to go to the neighboring city. That city was much smaller than Tianyuan City, but the population was not lacking. Unexpectedly, they chose to abandon Tianyuan City and attack another city. Lin Fei frowned slightly when he heard the news. Their speed is a bit too fast. Logically speaking, they should have gone somewhere else by now. Why would they attack the neighboring city? Could it be that there's something good in this neighboring city? Lin Fei was also a bit confused. He felt that something was wrong. Jun Shan didn't quite understand it either. But no matter what, the appearance of the sky fiends wasn't a good thing. Then you stay in Tianyuan City. I'll go and take a look. If there's really any powerful heavenly demon king, I'll exterminate them, so that you won't encounter any danger when you go out. At that time, there will be trouble. After Lin Fei thought about it, he let Jun Shan stay in Tianyuan City and went alone. When he reached there, he had nothing to be afraid of with his current strength. It was different if Jun Shan and the others went. If they were ambushed halfway, they would definitely be in big trouble. Jun Shan nodded. He also thought of the danger they would encounter during this period. Junior brother Lin Fei, you have to be careful. These sky fiends aren't that easy to deal with. I'm afraid that they will lose some tricks along the way. Jun Shan's strength was also not bad, but after fighting with these sky fiends, he knew that these sky fiends' means were far more dangerous than he imagined. Not to mention anything else. The speed of the sky fiends was quite powerful. If their human side really fought with them, they really didn't have much of a chance of winning. If junior brother Lin Fei went, it would be different. Jun Shan fully acknowledged his strength. He also worshipped him very much. It was no wonder that big senior brother Gao Fan would have such a huge vigilance against junior brother Lin Fei. Let him come down to guard the city properly. 3 months' time wasn't considered long, but no one could say for sure what would happen in these 3 months. In fact, Lin Fei went out at this time just to test how strong his physical body was. It wasn't easy to find some experimental subjects. How could he easily miss it? If Jun Shan went, he would just kill them. It was of no use. But if he went, it would be different. He could even harvest a few essence crystals. This probability was very small. There were many heavenly demon kings on the side of the sky fiends. They should have these essence crystals. Even if there were 1 or 2 pieces, it would also be a harvest. For Lin Fei, who was in urgent need of essence crystals, this was already a good job. He also hoped that these heavenly demon kings would come. If 1 came, he would kill 1. If 2 came, he would kill 2. At that time, he would always be able to harvest some essence crystals. In any case, it was mosquito meat. The more the better. Lin Fei still thought it through. If these heavenly demon kings knew, they would probably cry until they fainted in the toilet. Even Jun Shan was the same. After Lin Fei went out, Tianyuan City's array was reactivated. Now they also had to guard against these sky fiends. Activating the array always had its benefits. It could defend against the attack of the sky fiends in the first instance. Lin Fei turned into a stream of light. His thunder movement technique was already more and more handy. Previously, he liked to use the devil god escape. Later, he felt that this thunder movement technique was also not bad. It seemed to be much faster than the devil god escape. The power of thunder spread all around, forming a certain defensive measure. In a few dozen breaths, Lin Fei rushed over. Now that his physical body was stronger when he used the thunder movement technique, his speed was also faster. It had improved a lot. At this time, it was obvious that Lin Fei was much faster than the heavenly demon kings. There wasn't much distance between the front and the back. As soon as Lin Fei arrived, he saw that the sky fiends were indeed attacking the city, and the resistance of this city seemed to be a lot weaker. Obviously, some sky fiends had already climbed the city and were about to kill their way into the city. These sky fiends are really not afraid of death. Some time ago, they just killed a group and another group came. Do they really think that the human race is so easy to bully? Shikju website, Chapter 46:20. Lin Fei of the Heavenly Reaching Church has already left the city. He went to the neighboring city. It seems that our strategy is really effective. They just can't sit still. No, without Lin Fei, it will be easy for us to attack Tianyuan City. While our experts are restraining Lin Fei, we have to take down Tianyuan City as soon as possible. If we fail again this time, no one will be able to bear the anger of the higher-ups. It's unknown whether we can survive or not. In the void far away from Tianyuan City, 10 heavenly demon experts were standing there. They all looked very serious. After seeing Lin Fei go out, they were relieved. In order to deal with Tianyuan City, the higher-ups had issued a death order. No matter what, they must break the city and plunder all the people inside. After plundering all the people inside, this was their chance. After missing this opportunity, it was basically impossible to deceive Lin Fei to go outside in the future. With Lin Fei's clever character, he would not be able to react. Swoosh! A huge crack appeared in the void. These experts of Tianyuan City had just breathed a sigh of relief and were drinking to liven up the mood. Suddenly, the movement outside came. They flew up one by one. After seeing the scene outside, they widened their eyes and exclaimed one after another. Not good. The heavenly demons are attacking again. Damn it, why are they here again? There are at least 100,000 heavenly demons. Are they going to be ruthless? At this time, everyone's face turned pale when they saw this scene. Previously, there were only tens of thousands of heavenly demons, and they had already lost a lot of people. But now, there seemed to be at least 100,000 heavenly demons. Coupled with the leader, the heavenly demon king, everyone felt the pressure. The city lord of Mount June also flew out. When he saw the scene outside, he gasped in his heart. He knew that he had been fooled. This was a diversion. The most powerful person in the entire Tianyuan City was Lin Fei. Now that Lin Fei had left, they came to attack Tianyuan City. How could they resist? Attack, break Tianyuan City. The heavenly demon king over there waved his hand, and all the heavenly demons began to attack. In the sky above Tianyuan City, lines of runes appeared. The array formation was also activated. Jun Shan immediately sent a message to inform junior brother Lin Fei. If he didn't come back, he wouldn't be able to defeat them. The number of heavenly demon kings that came this time was much more than the previous time. There were no less than 10 heavenly demon kings. These 10 heavenly demon kings were also not idle. They also chose 10 positions to attack Tianyuan City, which was not a good thing. As soon as Lin Fei arrived, he realized that the attack was not as intense as he had imagined. There were quite a number of sky fiends, about 30 to 40,000. There weren't many heavenly demon kings, only 3. However, the people in the city were in a state of panic. Once they were targeted by the heavenly demons, their fighting strength would be greatly reduced, and there would be heavy casualties. It was no wonder that he would send a distress message. Just as Lin Fei was about to take action, his communication amulet rang. Taking it out, he frowned and immediately understood what was going on. It turned out that he had been diverted. Just as Lin Fei was about to turn around to help, the world changed. In an instant, a world of darkness enveloped Lin Fei, trapping him within. Lin Fei was still wondering if these sky fiends had given up on attacking Tianyuan City, but he didn't expect that they would come to divert attention. Was it worth it to be so ruthless just for this Tianyuan City? The situation over there, if he wasn't there, the possibility of Tianyuan City being breached was still very high. At that time, those heavenly demon kings would plunder all these people, which would be like giving him a big slap in the face. How could Lin Fei bear it? A trapping array, no. It should be a trapping treasure. After Lin Fei observed it for a while, he knew that it was a treasure. It was even a space-type treasure. At this time, one figure after another condensed, and with the momentum of thousands of troops and horses galloping, they locked onto Lin Fei's body and mightily attacked. My goodness, these heavenly demon kings have also learned to be smart, using their hands to push the treasure to trap themselves inside, using them to consume my strength. Looking at this posture, Lin Fei knew what was going on. These heavenly demon kings should have studied him, using a space-type treasure to control him, and then using other methods to consume his strength in order to confine him in this space. At that time, Tianyuan City would not be able to bear it for a long time. Lin Fei also knew that the consumption of Tianyuan City's array was very high. If this was a swarm of sky fiends, with the assistance of heavenly demon kings, the consumption would be even faster. It wouldn't take long for the array to be destroyed. Without the protection of the array, Jun Shan and the others simply couldn't stop the heavenly demon kings, and in the end, the entire Tianyuan City would be plundered. This was truly a very accurate calculation. If it was the previous Lin Fei, wanting to break through this spatial treasure would probably be somewhat difficult. Now that he had crystals, his fleshly body had reached the level of a heavenly king, and his strength had also become even stronger. The difficulty of breaking through the spatial treasure was not too high. The strength of these attacking figures was also average, and there were a lot of them. They blotted out the sky and covered the earth. A whirlpool instantly formed around Lin Fei's body, and all the figures that rushed and were minced into pieces. At this time, outside, there were 8 heavenly demon kings working together to push this treasure. Their expressions were all very cautious. In order to deal with Lin Fei, they had paid a lot of price. They had even invited a heavenly king-level treasure, and very smoothly trapped Lin Fei inside. What they needed to do now was to restrain Lin Fei. This time, Lin Fei can't escape, right? This is a heavenly king-level heavenly abode treasure. It's very rare. Even a heavenly king can't escape from inside. He definitely can't escape, with us 8 heavenly demon kings working together. Who has this kind of treatment? I don't know what the higher-ups are thinking. Isn't it just a Tianyuan City? Just change to another one. Why bother to go through so much trouble here? These heavenly demon kings still harbored resentment in their hearts. With their strength, attacking any city would be a piece of cake. Was it worthwhile to put in so much effort in Tianyuan City? One must know that Luo Ku and Luo Shan, Heavenly Demon King, had died in Tianyuan City. In addition to the other heavenly demon kings, the number of casualties was also not small. This time, the number of heavenly demon kings that came out was only a few dozen people. If they continued to lose, they would be completely gone. Originally, the 8 of them worked together to use this treasure to trap Lin Fei. They thought that the chances were very high. As Lin Fei kept killing these illusory figures inside, their faces became a little numb. The situation didn't seem right. Chapter 46:21. Tianyuan City was under a lot of pressure. The consumption of spirit stones for the array formation was no different from drinking water. Jun Shan's heart ached when he saw this. He had sent the message, but he did not see junior brother Lin Fei return. He knew that things had gotten troublesome. Perhaps junior brother Lin Fei had also been ambushed. This was a trap, a real diversion. However, Jun Shan did not dare to say such words. He knew that once he said those words, all the human experts in Tianyuan City would have a mental breakdown. Now, everyone knew that even if they were besieged by the Heaven Devil King, they had nothing to worry about. Junior brother Lin Fei will return. Also, junior brother Lin Fei is the strongest expert in Tianyuan City. As long as he comes back, nothing will be a problem. This was a form of faith. Without this faith, the entire Tianyuan City would collapse. Everyone, don't panic. It's fine. It's just a heavenly demon. We have the formation and the number 1 expert, junior brother Lin Fei. Jun Shan kept encouraging everyone. This was the only way to unite everyone. Next would be the most difficult part. The formation didn't last long before it was finally destroyed. The few heavenly devil kings finally heaved a sigh of relief. Without this array formation, the rest of the matter would be easy. 100,000 heavenly devils directly attacked. A great war broke out between the human race and the heavenly devils. Mount June also welcomed the Sky Fiend experts. Instantly, Tianyuan City was littered with corpses, and the smell of blood filled the air. Even so, the human experts of Tianyuan City did not retreat. Instead, their battle with the heavenly demons became more and more intense. Even the 10 heavenly devil kings were a little alarmed at this moment. They had never seen such a united city. All the cities they had attacked had either crumbled at the sight of the heavenly demons or fled. Otherwise, he would have just surrendered. It was rare to see such a fierce resistance. They finally understood why they had to destroy this Tianyuan City first. If Tianyuan City was allowed to continue to exist, it would become a place of faith. At that time, it would be more and more difficult to attack other cities. The 8 heavenly demon kings on the other side also began to feel shocked. Lin Fei, who was trapped inside, did not stop attacking. His strength grew stronger and stronger, directly shaking the treasure. They used all of their strength to barely suppress it. In their hearts, they didn't dare to believe that such a powerful person could shake a spatial treasure. They had 8 heavenly devil kings pushing and suppressing them with all their might. They were unable to accept this for a moment. With a huge rumbling sound, the treasure started to shake again. A surge of power seeped out and landed on the 8 heavenly demon kings like an invisible attack. This power was terrifyingly strong, and they had no choice but to defend themselves. Because of this, they lost the opportunity to control the treasure. A figure rushed out and landed in the eyes of the crowd. The hearts of the 8 heavenly demon kings turned cold. He knew that things were getting out of hand. Lin Fei actually ran out from inside, which made them suspicious. His vision blurred, but he was still able to run out like that. "I'm really sorry. This spatial treasure of yours can't suppress me. I'm out, but the 8 of you are in trouble." Lin Fei looked over calmly. Just this one glance was enough to make the 8 heavenly demon kings panic in their hearts. They were all heavenly demon kings with tyrannical strength, but they had never seen such a gaze before, which made them panic. One of the heavenly demon kings snorted coldly. "We have 8 heavenly demon kings, and you are only one. With the 8 of us against you, you are dead meat." "That's right. The 8 of us will attack together. How can we be afraid of you? Even without the spatial treasure to suppress you, we can still kill you. Don't even think about leaving here alive today." The 8 heavenly demon kings instantly attacked together. Demonic chi overflowed into the sky, and streams of demonic chi directly covered up. It turned this part of the world into a dark cloud. Facing the 8 attacking heavenly demon kings, Lin Fei was very relaxed and comfortable. He faced the first heavenly demon king. This heavenly demon king was an expert in close combat. He punched forward, but Lin Fei raised his hand and blocked the attack. "You have the nerve to fight me with such strength? You are really too useless." Another heavenly demon king also attacked, but the situation was the same as the previous heavenly demon king. He was also easily blocked by Lin Fei. Even though the 8 heavenly demon kings were all around Lin Fei, they were still unable to do anything to Lin Fei, using all sorts of techniques. In any case, Lin Fei's defense was impenetrable. It was impossible to break through. This made them so shocked that they couldn't imagine it. When did such an expert appear in such a small world like the spirit realm? The 8 heavenly demon kings couldn't do anything to such a young kid. How could this be? Could it be that they had to let their lord do it personally? Wouldn't that prove that they were too useless? Until now, Lin Fei had not made a move. He was only passively defending, purely testing the increase in his strength. Now it seemed that the increase in his strength was very obvious. In particular, the defense of his body was especially good. Although their movements were fast, in Lin Fei's eyes, they were still much slower. That was why he was able to easily withstand all of them. It also allowed Lin Fei to smoothly grasp the situation of his body. On the contrary, the 8 heavenly demon kings became more and more alarmed as they fought. This person was completely unbeatable. After the 8 heavenly demon kings looked at each other, they knew that the situation was serious. If this continued, they would only lose more and more confidence. In other words, they were about to collapse. This was definitely not a good thing. It was a bad thing. At this time, the only thing they could do was to use their ultimate killing move, Heavenly Demon Fusion Technique. Unless it was necessary, they would not use the Heavenly Demon Fusion Technique. In the current situation, they had no choice but to use it. Perhaps the other party would be the unlucky ones when they counterattacked. The 8 heavenly demon kings instantly turned into a cloud of black fog. After that, a huge figure appeared. It was full of a mighty aura. This aura soared all the way to the heavenly monarch realm. "Lin Fei, you are indeed a genius disciple of the sky-reaching school. It's very good to have such strength. If I capture you and absorb you, you will definitely be a good tonic." After fusing, the heavenly demon king flashed with 8 voices. It was very hoarse. "You have me, I have you." He raised his arm and directly slapped down. Lin Fei's expression shook. "I have been waiting for you guys to fuse for a long time. Otherwise, you 8 heavenly demon kings are really not enough for me to fight." Chapter 46:22. What has been waiting for us for a long time? After the fusion, the 8 heavenly demon kings all had such a voice in their hearts. Was their strength really so weak? Forcing others to sit and wait for them to use the heavenly demon fusion. Didn't they know that after using the heavenly demon fusion, their strength would skyrocket? The strength of the 8 heavenly demon kings instantly reached the level of Lord of Heaven. It was impossible for this kid to burst out the strength of Lord of Heaven level. This was simply impossible. Nonsense. See if I don't suppress you. Do you really think that our heavenly demon kings are so easy to deal with? These words inadvertently touched their hearts. No matter what, they had to suppress this Lin Fei. This way, they could prove that they were powerful. Otherwise, wouldn't it be telling these humans that their heavenly demon kings had an undeserved reputation? At that time, why would these humans be afraid of them? Why were the humans so afraid of the heavenly demon? Because there were many heavenly demon people. They were powerful and ferocious. Whenever they fought, the humans were not their opponents. This was the ferocity accumulated over a long period of time. If the humans thought that the heavenly demon was easy to bully, this invisible ferocity would disappear without a trace. This was definitely not a good thing for them. This Lin Fei had to be suppressed, and it was just the right time to kill the chicken to warn the monkeys, so that those people could all see. This was the consequence of offending the heavenly demon clan. Even if he was the favored son of heaven, they had many heavenly demon people and were powerful. If they couldn't beat him, the heavenly demon fusion could naturally suppress him. Lin Fei had indeed waited for them for a long time. Last time, Lin Fei knew that the sky demons had the sky demon fusion, which could be used at critical moments. If the 8 heavenly demon kings joined hands to deal with him here, they would definitely use the heavenly demon fusion. If it wasn't for the heavenly demon fusion that could burst out the combat power of Lord of Heaven level, Lin Fei would have already dealt with them. That was why they had fought for such a long time. The one-on-one heavenly demon was indeed very strong, but in front of Lin Fei, it was actually much worse. He was not an opponent at all. Only after the fusion could he fight with him. Lin Fei raised his hand and sent out a palm strike. The 2 palms collided heavily, and the void instantly exploded. It extended all the way to the depths of the void barrier, and they could vaguely see the outside world. This exchange made the hearts of the 8 heavenly demon kings tremble. Damn this guy! How could his physical body be so strong? He was actually able to withstand it without moving at all. We have to risk our lives. This guy's fleshly body is extremely strong. If we don't, we won't be able to injure him. I can't beat this guy. After fusing, the 8 heavenly demon kings moved even faster. It was also the purest form of melee combat. Lin Fei liked this kind of melee combat style. When they exchanged blows just now, they could also feel the power of a heaven monarch. There was no other power involved. It was pure power. Of course, this power was much stronger than ordinary power. It was even more terrifying. If he couldn't withstand it, his entire body would be torn apart. He was just that savage of an existence. The more Lin Fei fought, the more he felt that these heavenly demon kings were indeed very capable after fusing. No wonder they could shake the entire vast thousand world. Anyone who encountered them would have a headache. This time, only a small part of them came out, not even a drop in the bucket. If all the heavenly demons came out, it would be really terrifying. In just a few thoughts, Lin Fei had already exchanged several blows with the heavenly demon king. They were neck and neck. After Lin Fei's heavenly king body was upgraded, it was indeed very strong, beyond Lin Fei's imagination. The power of this physical body could actually be tied with a heaven monarch, realm, heavenly demon king. It was a little difficult to deal with the other party, but Lin Fei wasn't too worried. After all, they were just fusing. There must be a time limit for this fusion. As long as the time was up, these 8 heavenly demon kings wouldn't have that much strength. However, Lin Fei didn't intend to waste any time with them. The longer he wasted here, the greater the impact on Tianyuan City. He didn't want to rush over and see the entire Tianyuan City empty after the collision of one move. Taking advantage of the gap between the fused heavenly demon kings, he controlled the Tree of Life. Tree branches began to wrap around him. Lin Fei was also getting more and more proficient in using this move. The connection between the 8 heavenly demon kings collapsed in an instant. After all, the Tree of Life was very overbearing. How could these few heavenly demon kings, withstand it? Originally, they were still wondering why Luoshan Heavenly Demon King would lose so quickly. Now, they finally realized that this Lin Fei still had a hidden trump card. All of a sudden, they revealed their true colors. The great technique of heavenly demon fusion also failed. The 8 heavenly demon kings were directly entangled by the branches, and in just a few breaths, their life essence was plundered. Lin Fei was slightly taken aback by the amount of life essence he obtained this time. Good fella, worthy of being in the state of heavenly demon fusion. This life energy has also increased. I have picked up a big bargain. Lin Fei had indeed picked up a big bargain. After all, they were still in the state of heavenly demon fusion. After the connection was broken, it didn't dissipate for a while, so it was taken advantage of by Lin Fei. Lin Fei looked back at those few heavenly demon kings. Those 3 heavenly demon kings were observing. Seeing the scene, they were so scared that they fled and didn't dare to make a move again. Lin Fei rushed back in a few breaths. At this time, Tianyuan City was in the midst of a fierce battle. No matter how one looked at it, the human side still had a lot of disadvantages. It wasn't very obvious. In Lin Fei's view, after 2 consecutive victories, it still had a great impact on the experts of Tianyuan City. At least they didn't collapse so quickly. Instead, those experts of Tianyuan City had some pressure. Many of them were killed by the heavenly demon kings. Even Jun Shan, the city lord, was also an arrow at the end of its flight. He couldn't bear it at all, because there were 3 heavenly demon kings dealing with him. Even so, Jun Shan still believed that Lin Fei would definitely come back. He didn't believe that those heavenly demon kings could stop Lin Fei's footsteps. It was just a matter of time. You heavenly demon kings are quite bold. You actually played a diversion. Today, none of you can escape. Swoosh, 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 swoosh. Several streams of light directly locked on the 10 heavenly demon kings. When they heard the sound, the streams of light had already exploded in front of them. After several loud noises, these 10 heavenly demon kings were all sent flying. It should be known that Lin Fei went all out this time. Plus, he had infinity, so he could break some defenses. The 10 heavenly demon kings were caught off guard. They were trembling all over. In such a short period of time, they were all seriously injured. They saw the figure in the distance. Then, more streams of light came over. Bookseller's website. Chapter 46, 23. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. After the stream of light hit them, these heavenly demon kings were a little confused. The first attack just now had already injured them, let alone the second attack. One by one, they broke out all their defensive means. In the end, they still couldn't stop Lin Fei's attack. One must know that the stream of light now wasn't that simple. It contained a trace of infinity. Infinity was originally a majestic and unfathomable existence. So these heavenly demon kings were naturally unlucky, especially when they were caught off guard the first time. The second attack naturally made it harder for them to resist. There was a loud rumbling sound. The 10 heavenly demon kings were directly sent flying. The injuries this time were even more terrifying than before. Seeing this scene, the 10 heavenly demon kings looked at each other and directly activated the heavenly demon fusion technique. Only in this way could they fight against Lin Fei. They also knew that there must be a problem over there. Otherwise, they would never let Lin Fei run back. At this time, when Jun Shan and the others saw Lin Fei make a move, they were all delighted. They knew that this time, Tianyuan City could be saved. Don't look at how the 10 heavenly demon kings looked menacing just now. At this time, they no longer looked menacing. Instead, it was like a mouse seeing a cat. They no longer had the previous high-spirited spirit. Junior brother Lin Fei is really amazing. He suppressed the 10 heavenly demon kings as soon as he came. Don't say suppressed. I think it's worth considering whether they can leave here alive or not. These heavenly demons are really too cunning. They actually laid such a big trap. Our Tianyuan city was almost finished. Fortunately, junior brother Lin Fei is finally back. Brothers, follow me to kill. Kill all these heavenly demons. We must not let them run back, lest they make a comeback next time. At this time, Lin Fei's return naturally gave these human experts great confidence. Seeing that even the heavenly demon kings were injured, one could imagine what the situation would be like later. Therefore, all of them burst forth with extremely powerful strength, suppressing these heavenly demons all the way. The heavenly demons who still had some fighting spirit When they saw Lin Fei panicking and seeing that the Heavenly Demon King had opened the Heavenly Demon Fusion technique, their fighting spirit began to decline. Instead, the humans gained the upper hand and countless sky fiends died on the spot. Before the 10 Heavenly Demon Kings could fully display their Heavenly Demon Fusion technique, Lin Fei took advantage of the opportunity to break it. Previously, Lin Fei had already mastered some methods. When they merged, streams of light directly broke the connection between them. The Tree of Life stretched out as well, causing them to lose all of their strength. It didn't take long for the 10 Heavenly Demon Kings to be completely killed, leaving none alive. Lin Fei didn't plan to keep them here at all, so he might as well kill them all. He believed that if he killed 10 Heavenly Demon Kings this time, in addition to the previous 8 Heavenly Demon Kings, the Heavenly Demon side would definitely suffer a great loss of vitality. In a short period of time, there wouldn't be any big movements. Who asked them to keep staring at Tianyuan City, which also made Lin Fei more convinced of one thing. That big senior brother Gao Fan really didn't want him to have any good days. A moment ago they were sending essence crystals, and then the Sky Fiends attacked. He had even created a diversion. If he had been just a little bit closer, he would have really suffered a huge loss. After killing 10 Heavenly Demon Kings, streams of light directly shot down, and the remaining Sky Fiends didn't have a good time. Half a day later, all of the celestial demons were captured, and only a few managed to escape. This was a great victory for the celestial demons. Junior brother Lin Fei, thanks to you coming back. Otherwise, we really couldn't hold on. I didn't expect the Sky Fiends to be so cunning. They actually created a diversion. Jun Shan also flew back, and he was also very embarrassed. At this time, he was excited and happy. This time they had repelled the Heavenly Demons, killed 10 Heavenly Demon Kings, and captured tens of thousands of Heavenly Demons. This was a huge victory. Even in the entire spiritual realm, those people would cheer when they knew about this. This time, Lin Fei really made a big contribution. They are really good at scheming. 10 Heavenly Demon Kings came here, and 8 Heavenly Demon Kings came over there. But this time all of them stayed. I reckon that they won't dare to do anything for a long time. Lin Fei laughed. Suddenly, he looked at a place in the void, and his whole body turned into a stream of light and rushed in. Jun Shan wanted to follow, but he stopped in the end. He still had to deal with the follow-up matters of Tianyuan City himself. Lin Fei chased into the void. He saw a figure escaping to the front. Originally, Lin Fei didn't care, but he didn't expect that there was a person hiding in the void. No, it should be said that there was a Sky Fiend hidden. He intended to observe the situation. Lin Fei naturally wouldn't be polite. No matter what, he had to make this person stay. So. Streams of light flew over. This time, these streams of light weren't as simple as attacking people. They instantly intertwined and turned into a big net, trapping this person in the net. Just like that, the man was trapped in the net. The black shadow instantly slashed out dozens of times, hitting the surface of the big net. But this big net wasn't ordinary, it was very tough. In such a short time, Lin Fei had already caught up. Your Excellency has been watching for so long. Why don't you go back with me and have a good chat? The person turned around, and instantly a cold light slashed over. It turned out to be a close combat expert and a Sky Fiend. As soon as this method came over, it was easily resolved by Lin Fei. I have my eyes on you. Do you think you can escape from me? You really think a lot. This Sky Fiend King wasn't strong. In a one-on-one fight, he was not Lin Fei's opponent at all. As soon as the Divine Tree of Life came out, he was restrained. More than half of the Sky Fiend King's life essence was taken away, and his whole person aged a lot. He reached out and lifted the Sky Fiend King's neck. He brought him back to Tianyuan City. It was just a few breaths' time, and a Sky Fiend King was defeated. After returning to his own city, Lin Fei didn't care about other things. Anyway, there was Jun Shan to deal with the outside. As for the rest of the Skyfiend captives, he believed that Jun Shan would also make appropriate arrangements. As for what the Sky-reaching church thought, they were naturally happy. But that big senior brother Gao Fan shouldn't be too happy. After all, he had suffered such a big loss this time, losing more than a dozen Skyfiend kings. Chapter 46:24. They failed again. These trash actually lost more than a dozen heavenly demon kings and failed to break through Tianyuan City. On a mountain peak, Gao Fan, who was drinking tea, also received the news. The whole teacup instantly turned into nothingness. It was replaced by annoyance. This time the loss was not small. There were more than a dozen heavenly demon kings. This time the heavenly demon clan came out of the endless abyss crack. How many heavenly demon kings were there in total? As a result, they lost so many in this trip. It could be said that it was a serious injury. It would have a great impact on the next action. Gao Fan wished he could immediately go and destroy Lin Fei. This fellow was really too much of a hindrance. He lost so many heavenly demons and heavenly demon kings in the hands of the other party. Did he really think that it was so easy to have a heavenly demon king? Tell them to stop for the time being. I can deal with this Lin Fei personally. We can't let him stay in Tianyuan City anymore. Gao Fan also knew that this matter could not be blamed on them. It could only be said that Lin Fei's strength was too strong. Even such a method could not suppress him. Just how much more strength was he hiding? At least, Gao Fan could not see through this Lin Fei. He obviously had no origin and no background, but his strength was terrifying. For a moment, Gao Fan suspected that this Lin Fei was a hidden expert here. If not, how could the other party's strength be explained? Without background and resources, it was easier said than done to cultivate. But Lin Fei's strength was really a bit unfathomable. I think if you want to deal with this Lin Fei, you have to find a reliable way. It's best to make him not have the ability to break free. I have a good way here. At this time a figure suddenly said. Gao Fan's heart skipped a beat when he heard this. He felt that this was a very reliable way. Lin Fei threw the captured heavenly demon king into his study. This guy was now trembling in fear and did not dare to move at all. The plundering ability that their heavenly demon clan was best at was useless in front of the other party. Instead, his life essence was plundered by the other party. It was even more domineering. He even felt that if it wasn't for the fact that the other party wanted him to live, he would have been sucked dry and turned into a dried corpse in an instant. Just thinking about it was hard to accept. Other than shock, there was nothing else. Don't kill me. I don't know much. I'm just here to observe the situation. This heavenly demon king directly spoke and didn't have the courage to look at Lin Fei. Such a strong person had beaten him to such a state in just a face-off. No wonder the 18 heavenly demon kings were not his opponent. His strength was indeed unfathomable. Lin Fei did not kill the heavenly demon king, so he naturally wanted to ask some information from the other party. Who told you to watch here? Tell me, is it that Gao Fan from the Sky-reaching school? Lin Fei asked directly. Heavenly Demon King shook his head. I don't know about this. I came here to observe the situation because of the order from above. In any case, I have to report to the higher-ups. As for whether it is Gao Fan you mentioned, we really don't know. He was happy for nothing. Lin Fei thought that he could get some information from the other party. It seems that you don't know anything. Then it's useless to keep you alive. It's better to send you down to reunite with them. At least you will have a companion on the road. When the heavenly demon king heard this, his whole face turned pale. This was not the way out at all. Don't kill me, don't kill me. I still know a secret. Apart from me, no one else knows the secret. I can tell you now why we must come to this spiritual realm. It's because there is a sealed place in the spiritual realm. There is a drop of heavenly demon god's blood in that sealed place. We came here for this thing. Lin Fei just wanted to scare the other party to see if he could get any useful clues from him. He never thought that this guy really knew a big secret. It turned out that there was a sealed place in the spiritual realm. Speaking of which, it was really surprising. Lin Fei had been curious about why the Heavenly Demon Clan would come to the spiritual realm. Now it seemed that they really had a purpose. There was such a place, but Lin Fei really didn't know about it. Heavenly Demon God's Blood? Tell me what it is. It seems to have some background. I was wondering why you people of the Heavenly Demon Clan would come to a remote place like the spiritual realm. Sure enough, you have a purpose. Lin Fei asked directly. When he heard the words, Heavenly Demon God's Blood, it seemed to have quite a background. The Heavenly Demon King, finally, let out a sigh of relief. As long as the other party was interested, anything could be discussed. Heavenly Demon God's Blood. I heard it secretly when several Heavenly Demon Kings were chatting. It is said that this Heavenly Demon God's blood is the blood of a Heavenly God powerhouse. Even a drop of it can instantly turn an ordinary Heavenly Demon into an Emperor-level existence. This time we came here for this drop of Heavenly Demon God's blood, so that person can become a real Emperor-level powerhouse. This was absolutely earth-shattering news. It was even more of a big news. If this news spread out, the entire immortal sects in the spiritual realm would be shocked. Such a drop of Heavenly Demon God's blood had such a strong effect that it could make an ordinary Heavenly Demon become an Emperor-level powerhouse in one step. Even Lin Fei was a little tempted. He was only at the Heavenly King level now. With his accumulation, he could burst out the combat power of a Heavenly Lord-level powerhouse. Of course, this combat power would definitely not last long. It was already the most he could exchange a few moves. If that Heavenly Demon really refined it completely, then the strength of an emperor would be able to sweep the entire spiritual realm. Your Heavenly Demon Clan is really scheming. You actually came for the Heavenly Demon God's blood. I wonder where your leader is and how is his injury? Lin Fei remembered the Heavenly Demon God's blood. He was even more curious about the injury of that injured powerhouse. He had never forgotten this powerful master who could burst out the combat power of a Heavenly Lord-level powerhouse. Heavenly Demon King smiled bitterly and shook his head. We are really not very clear about this. That person disappeared as soon as he came. His identity is the 9th Prince of the Heavenly Demon Clan. He is the person who is likely to ascend to the position of the Heavenly Demon Clan's patriarch. He is very mysterious and very powerful. Previously, Lin Fei did not ask very clearly and did not know the background of this person. He never expected that this guy's background was so big. He was actually the 9th Prince of the Heavenly Demon Clan. With the Heavenly Demon God's blood, he could instantly transform into an Emperor-level powerhouse. He would rise to the sky in one step and have more competitive power. Could Gao Fan be that 9th prince? Bookhouse website. Chapter 46, 25. After Lin Fei asked some more questions, he was even more certain. There was indeed such a thing as the Heavenly Demon God's blood. As for the specific location, he could only find it out from this person's mouth. It turned out to be in the most inconspicuous place in the spiritual realm. Coincidentally, Lin Fei had been to this place once. He didn't pay attention to it. He didn't expect that there would be a sealed place in such a place without any aura leaking out. This time, Lin Fei couldn't help but admire the person who set up the trap. They could even hide such a good thing. After refining the Heavenly Demon God's blood, one could reach the monarch realm, which was indeed quite terrifying. In any case, Lin Fei already knew there was such a place, so he naturally paid attention to it. As for this Heavenly Demon King, he directly sent him on his way. It was useless to keep him. Anyway, he didn't know any Heavenly Demon 9th Prince. Moreover, if the Heavenly Demon 9th Prince really came to the spiritual realm, he would use another method. But Lin Fei already had a suspect in his heart. After destroying the corpses, Lin Fei came out of the study. As soon as he came out, Jun Shan came to report the situation. The matters outside were almost settled, but the losses from this trip were still considerable. thousands of experts died on the human clan side. Yes, compared to the heavenly demons' loss, it was indeed much less. After all, the heavenly demons' side had more people and more power. It was easy to train them. The human clan's side was much worse. They lost thousands of experts, many of which were insightful emptiness realm experts, and some were Holy King experts. If Lin Fei hadn't come back at the critical time, then the losses would have been even greater. We don't have to worry for a period of time. I believe they won't attack again in a short time. Our Tianyuan city can also be relieved. Jun Shan also thought so at this time. So many heavenly demon kings had died. On the heavenly demons' side, no matter how angry they were, they wouldn't take any action. At this time, Tianyuan city was already very difficult to capture. The experts in the city were all encouraged by the morale. Originally, the combat power of the 10th level could display the combat power of the 12th level. This was the impact on morale. I have already reported the news to Heaven's Reaching Church. I'm afraid that some elders will come here soon. It's not a big deal to keep so many captives of heavenly demons here. It's better to send them to Heavenly Demons Reaching Church. They can be locked up in the dungeon over there. By the way, the disciples of Heaven's Reaching Church can practice their skills. Lin Fei did not stop them. It was not a good thing for these celestial demons to stay here. It was better to send them to the surface. Over at the sect, these sky fiends could be used for training. After all, these heavenly demons were quite powerful. If he didn't train in advance, he wouldn't be able to defeat these heavenly demons. Lin Fei had experienced it in his heart. Even an ordinary heavenly demon was quite powerful, let alone the heavenly demon king behind. All of them were quite difficult to deal with. Half a day later, someone from the Heavens Reaching Church really came down. However, to Lin Fei's surprise, it was Gao Fan, the first senior brother. Lin Fei did not expect that Gao Fan, the first senior brother, would actually come down with these elders. When these elders came down and saw these captives of heavenly demons, they were all a little excited. There were at least 40 to 50,000 heavenly demons here, and 40 to 50,000 heavenly demons had died in the battle. It was not easy for so many heavenly demons to survive. All the elders sighed with emotion. Their impression of Lin Fei had greatly improved. No matter what, Lin Fei had defended Tianyuan City. Junior brother Lin Fei, you're really good. I didn't misjudge you. With you guarding here, I'm 100% relieved. Eldest senior brother Gao Fan praised him with a smile. Lin Fei said with a smile, "This is what I should do." These heavenly demons didn't go anywhere else but attacked our Heavens Reaching Church. Moreover, they attacked Tianyuan City. Since I'm guarding here, I have to teach them a lesson. Fortunately, my strength is not bad. Otherwise, I really can't control them. Unfortunately, more than 10 heavenly demon kings have died. I guess they will be distressed for a long time. Lin Fei did not see any change in expression on Gao Fan's face. This was also within his expectation. If this Gao Fan was so easy to show flaws, he would not be the first senior brother. Anyway, Lin Fei was just saying it. It couldn't be better to make Gao Fan unhappy. Gao Fan nodded and fully agreed with Lin Fei's words. I think this is a good thing. At least we can tell the heavenly demons that our Heavens Reaching Church is not a pushover. Whoever wants to bully us has to pay a price. Those elders also nodded one by one and quite agreed with these words. Junior brother Lin Fei is really awesome. You can even easily kill a heavenly demon king. Our Heavens Reaching Church is now completely famous. So many heavenly demon kings have fallen in our Heavens Reaching Church. Other immortal sects will be envious if they know. The whole spiritual world was under great pressure. Now, their Heavens Reaching Church was the most outstanding one. More than 10 heavenly demon kings had fallen. It was exciting to think about it. It could also let other people know that the strength of the Heavens Reaching Church was not inferior to other immortal sects. After some greetings, these elders personally escorted these heavenly demons back. These heavenly demons were still of great use to the sect. They could let those disciples practice and get a feeling. If they really fought with these heavenly demons, they would be able to play a better fighting capacity. Lin Fei invited his eldest senior brother Gao Fan to his study. These are some things that I brought from the sect. I believe that you will definitely use them. This time, you have really made a great contribution. With the fall of more than 10 heavenly demon kings, there should be no more heavenly demons attacking Tianyuan City for a long time. Gao Fan took out a box and put it on the table. Lin Fei did not look at it, but he already knew what was inside. His heart moved. It was actually another essence crystal. What was this eldest senior brother Gao Fan planning? No matter what, as long as he sent me essence crystals, I will not be polite. One more piece of this thing would be of great help to improve my physical body. If there were more than 10 pieces, it would be the best. Eldest senior brother is really polite. Last time, you asked the elders to send gifts. This time they sent gifts again. If there is anything, just say it. Lin Fei also started to speak courteously. He did not believe that his eldest senior brother Gao Fan would be so kind as to give him origin crystals. This thing was really rare. He must have an idea. Bookseller's website. Chapter 46, 26. Lin Fei wanted to see what his eldest senior brother Gao Fan could say to him. He even sent something as good as crystals. No matter what, he had to listen to his eldest senior brother Gao Fan. He would more or less give him some face. It would really be a good thing if the next time he still sent origin crystals to him. Lin Fei really wanted to have more of such benefits. It didn't matter to him anyway. He just wanted to listen to what his eldest senior brother Gao Fan had to say. As for whether he was plotting against him, Lin Fei had nothing to worry about. Anyway, in Lin Fei's opinion, his eldest senior brother Gao Fan coming at this time was definitely not a good thing. He was plotting against him. He had killed more than a dozen heavenly demon kings this time, and it was indeed a big blow to the heavenly demon clan, especially since the heavenly demons that came out this time were only a small part of them. Losing them was equivalent to hurting them. Whether or not he would suffer a great loss of vitality that was unknown. Anyway, it was not a good life. Lin Fei did not go to take the box, which would cause Gao Fan to be a little surprised. Lin Fei's reaction was more or less within Gao Fan's expectations. He didn't come here just to send a gift. He had other matters to attend to. Junior brother Lin Fei, you must be joking. You've been under a lot of pressure guarding this place, so I came to see you. This gift was given by the sect. A disciple with potential and talent like you really needs these things. At this time, his eldest senior brother had a fake expression, and Lin Fei also pretended to accept it humbly. His mind wandered. After a while, his eldest senior brother Gao Fan changed the topic. Lin Fei knew that his eldest senior brother Gao Fan had something to talk to him about. Especially at this time, it was hard not to be suspicious. Moreover, he had used his fate to see his eldest senior brother Gao Fan. This time, Lin Fei used his method to see again. It was really the same as the last time. There were indeed many heavenly demon experts behind him. He could also tell these heavenly demon experts were most likely heavenly demon kings. To be able to become a heavenly demon king, their status was not low. Then, Gao Fan's status and identity were obvious. Lin Fei became more and more certain that his eldest senior brother Gao Fan was the celestial demon 9th prince. Apart from this explanation, there was no other explanation. Actually, it's not a trivial thing. It's a very important thing. I think only junior fellow apprentice Lin Fei could do it in heaven's reaching church. The more he said that, the less Lin Fei believed Gao Fan's words. He had probably dug another big hole and was waiting for him to jump in. Eldest senior brother Gao Fan stretched out his hand and took out an item. It was also a box. He placed it in front of Lin Fei. This is a small token of my appreciation. I hope junior brother Lin Fei can accept it. After all, this is not a small matter. I hope you can calmly go on this trip. This box was actually filled with yuan crystals again. There was quite a lot of them. Lin Fei sensed that there were at least 100 or so yuan crystals in it, which was about half a square meter. Although 100 or so yuan crystals was about half a square meter, it did not seem like a lot. In reality, it was not easy to find these yuan crystals. At this time, half a square meter of yuan crystals was considered a great harvest for Lin Fei. This eldest senior brother, Gao Fan, was really quite generous. Eldest senior brother, you're too polite. Didn't you already have one just now? Why did you bring another one? Lin Fei said politely. Eldest senior brother Gao Fan laughed. Junior brother Lin Fei, you don't have to worry too much about it. These are just worldly possessions. The fact that I've come here to look for you naturally means that I've acknowledged you. This can also be considered a matter of the sect. Other than you, there really isn't anyone else who can do it. Lin Fei's curiosity was piqued. Why did this first senior brother Gao Fan come looking for him? He actually took out such a generous gift, like yuan crystals. It was about half a square meter of yuan crystals. It could be seen that this eldest senior brother Gao Fan was quite wealthy. Lin Fei did not believe that these yuan crystals were taken out from the sect's treasury. It was most likely eldest senior brother Gao Fan's own collection. And this yuan crystal was a very rare, high-grade cultivation item. It could also prove one thing. Gao Fan might really be in contact with the 9th Sky Devil Prince. For the time being, Lin Fei decided to let his first impression be the strongest. Anyway, Lin Fei did not intend to miss out on this half a cube of origin crystal. With this half a square meter of yuan crystals, his physical body could be improved greatly. This was a really good item that could not be bought with money. It was said that these high-grade yuan crystals could be used to buy high-grade treasures. This yuan crystal was also a very important transaction currency. Lin Fei wanted to buy it, but he could not find it. Eldest senior brother, just say it. I'm listening. As long as I can help, I definitely won't refuse. Lin Fei said very seriously. Eldest senior brother Gao Fan was not surprised at all. After all, the things he took out were quite valuable. Not everyone could have them. Actually, this matter is not a big deal. It's a small matter because we received news that the Sky Devil clan seems to have found another space crack. So, I hope that you can go there and help check it out. If it's true, I'll have to trouble you to stand guard there for a period of time. We'll immediately arrange for experts to come over and completely guard this space crack. This time, you're not the only one going there. People from other immortal sects are also going there. When Lin Fei heard this, he was slightly shocked. He blurted out that there was another space crack in the spiritual realm. It can't be. Didn't I just hear that they came out of the crack? Why did another space crack appear in our spiritual realm? Could it be fake news? Eldest senior brother Gao Fan nodded seriously. You didn't hear wrongly. This news is indeed true. I've already sent people to investigate, but their strength is only SOSO. After they went to that place, they basically all disappeared, so we can only rely on you for this matter. But this time, you won't be alone. There will still be others accompanying you there. Once you've investigated it, you can retreat outside. Then, the experts from other immortal sects will naturally seal this space crack together. Lin Fei wanted to see what tricks this eldest senior brother Gao Fan had up his sleeves. He did not believe that it would be as simple as checking it out. This matter involved other immortal sects, which made Lin Fei a little surprised. It seemed that this eldest senior brother Gao Fan had really played a big game of chess. This kind of matter is too simple. I'm fine with it. However, eldest senior brother has to arrange for experts to stand guard here in Tianyuan City. Otherwise, it would be bad if those guys from the Sky Devil clan came back and attacked us. Shikju website, Chapter 46, 27. Lin Fei also wanted to see what kind of tricks Gao Fan had up his sleeves. So he pretended to go with the flow and started talking. This made Gao Fan rather happy and said that he would definitely arrange for an elder to come down and guard this place. He also felt that there would not be any heavenly demons attacking Tianyuan City in a short period of time, unless there was something wrong with their brains. At this time, Tianyuan City was exceptionally united. If there were really heavenly demons, they would not be able to win at all, unless there were more heavenly demon kings. But then the effect would be much weaker. If they still could not break through, it would have a huge impact on the heavenly demon race. After Gao Fan left, Lin Fei took out the thing in the box. It was just as he had imagined. It was really essence crystals, and there were quite a lot of essence crystals in it. Big Senior Brother is indeed Big Senior Brother. He is indeed different. He has given me such a good thing the moment he arrived. If I don't fulfill his wish, wouldn't I be too sorry for these essence crystals? Lin Fei laughed and continued to absorb these essence crystals. He did not want to waste any more time. If he had the time, he might as well strengthen his body. This time, with enough essence crystals, he believed that he could break through to a higher level in one fell swoop. Lin Fei's fleshly body was different from ordinary fleshly bodies. In the past, he had already cultivated to the immortal realm, so he had a huge advantage compared to other body practitioners. As long as he had enough resources, the breakthrough of his body would become a matter of course. The appearance of essence crystals also made Lin Fei see a lot of hope. Whoosh, whoosh. Lin Fei continuously absorbed these essence crystals. It took him a few days, and the efficiency was much faster, because his body had become stronger. This time, Lin Fei pushed his body to the Heavenly Lord realm as he wished. In other words, Lin Fei's body had already reached the Heavenly Lord realm. After reaching the Heavenly Lord realm, Lin Fei realized that the body at this level was indeed quite different. His flesh and cells had become much stronger. Gradually, Lin Fei had unlocked many of his abilities. Of course, these abilities were some of the special effects brought about by his previous immortal body. Previously, Lin Fei did not have the time to use it at all. He hadn't reached that level yet, and his body hadn't reached that level either. It was different now. His body had been upgraded to the level of a Lord of Heaven, which was more than half the level of the immortal body. Naturally, he could use it now. These were all secret techniques of the fleshly body and could be considered top-notch techniques. With these techniques, Lin Fei's strength had improved significantly. Especially with the power of his physical body, he could easily kill a Lord of Heaven. This time, the crystals that Gao Fan sent over were completely absorbed by Lin Fei. Not a single piece was left. Lin Fei was not surprised at all. The stronger the body, the more crystals would be consumed. There was also the body at the level of a Lord of Heaven. When he reached the next level, the so-called Emperor, the consumption would be even greater. It would be at least 10 times more, which meant that Lin Fei would need more crystals. Next time, I'll have a good fight with eldest senior brother. If I can gain something, my body might be able to improve further. Lin Fei went out after consolidating for a day. The higher-ups had indeed arranged for an elder to come down. He was quite strong, and he patted his chest and promised that he would definitely defend Tianyuan City. Lin Fei believed what the elder said. The elder was also quite strong. Now, it was obvious that eldest senior brother Gao Fan was ready to dig a trap for him. In a short period of time, he would not let the Sky Fiends attack Tianyuan City. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to keep his face. Lin Fei trusted eldest senior brother Gao Fan on this point. In order to destroy him, other places would definitely not make a move unless he returned to Tianyuan City. Then, the situation would be different. In fact, Junshan really did not want Lin Fei to leave. Although it was said that Lin Fei was going to do a small thing, in Junshan's opinion, no matter how small it was also a big thing. He could not afford to take it lightly, to put it bluntly. In fact, Junshan was worried that the Sky Fiends would attack Tianyuan City again. The 2 attacks in a row made Jun Shan's heart uneasy. The pressure was like a mountain, and he almost could not hold it in anymore. If it was not for Lin Fei's efforts to turn the tide and suppress these sky-fiend kings, Tianyuan City would have been turned into ruins. The huge population would have been plundered. He, the city lord, would become a joke. He had become a joke, and he was lucky to be able to survive. Lin Fei searched according to the address. The closer they got to the place, the more Lin Fei sensed the presence of auras. Sure enough, it was just as Gao Fan had said. Apart from him, there were other people who had come. However, when Lin Fei arrived at this place, he frowned slightly. He did not know whether to laugh or cry. It was actually not far from the sealed place. It was at most a few dozen miles away. Could it be a coincidence? Lin Fei couldn't believe what he was seeing. What kind of trick was Gao Fan planning to play? Was he planning to use them as cannon fodder? He remembered that there was the divine god's blood under the sealed place. If he refined it, he would become an emperor in one step. Originally, Lin Fei thought so. However, when he came down, he realized that he was thinking too much. The place below looked similar to the sealed place, but in fact it did not seem to be. Lin Fei did not feel that special existence. One must know that even the Sky Fiend race valued the divine god's blood so much. It must be an existence with special energy. However, his divine tree of life did not move at all. He didn't believe that even if it was sealed, there would still be some movement. His divine tree of life was not an ordinary tree. Naturally, it could detect these subtle changes. However, there was no change at all. This made Lin Fei understand. This eldest senior brother, Gao Fan, was really playing some tricks. Interesting, really interesting. I want to see what tricks you can play. He snorted coldly in his heart and came to this place. As soon as he came down, he saw a few figures appear. These figures subconsciously surrounded him. Who are you? This is not a place that ordinary people can come. Lin Fei smiled. I am from the Sky-Reaching Church. My name is Lin Fei. I believe you should have heard of me. These people were not old, but when they heard Lin Fei's name, they instantly showed admiration. So, you are Lin Fei from the Sky-Reaching Church. I heard that you drove away 2 attacks from the Sky Fiends and killed many Sky Fiend kings. I didn't expect you to be so ordinary. I really couldn't tell. Chapter 46:28. Lin Fei's name was quite famous now. After all, the Heavenly Demon Clan had suffered 2 setbacks in Tianyuan City. They even lost more than a dozen Heavenly Demon Kings. This news was not concealed at all. It was completely spread throughout the entire spiritual realm. This was the intention of the Heavenly Reaching Church. There was no other way. Now that the morale was low, the Heavenly Demon Clan was a ferocious existence in everyone's eyes. At this time, if they didn't do a good job, everyone would run away when they saw the heavenly demons in the future. How would they dare to do anything? Therefore, Lin Fei suddenly became a celebrity in the spiritual realm. He was a household name. Many immortal sects had studied the origin of Lin Fei, and it was indeed quite simple. His strength was quite mysterious. Even the senior Brother Gao Fan was polite to him. Who didn't know that the senior Brother Gao Fan was one of the more powerful ones in the younger generation? Whoever was the first to break through to the Lord of Heaven level would be stronger. After Lin Fei revealed his name, these figures didn't stop Lin Fei. Instead, they enthusiastically took him down. After arriving here, Lin Fei found that it was actually an underground palace. However, this palace was not big. One floor after another. There were 9 floors. When he came to the bottom of the 9th floor, there were already many experts here, all of whom were Heavenly King experts. When they saw Lin Fei coming over, they were a little surprised. They had already received the news that this young man was Lin Fei, who had caused a lot of commotion in the Heavenly Reaching Church. He had blocked the attacks of the Heavenly Demon Clan twice in a row. He could be considered a well-known person, and even killed a Heavenly Demon King. As for whether he really killed a Heavenly Demon King, it was unknown. At least at first glance, he seemed quite ordinary. However, they didn't dare to not give him face, so they all greeted him with a smile. These people present were all from the top 10 immortal sections. Lin Fei more or less had some impression of them. After verifying it with the information in the document, it matched up. Brother Lin Fei, you must have just arrived, so you don't know what's going on. This is a piece of information we obtained from a heavenly demon scout with great difficulty. It is said that there is a treasure of the heavenly demon clan sealed below. A heavenly king powerhouse came over and said, Lin Fei didn't feel any dangerous aura below, but what they said matched the situation described by the other heavenly demon king. This wasn't quite the same as the spatial cracks he had mentioned. Lin Fei became more and more suspicious of this place. That eldest senior brother Gao, Fan, definitely did not have any good intentions. Perhaps he had used some tricks. Is that so? No wonder all of you are here. Is there anything I can help you with this time? Lin Fei also asked. He just came here on behalf of the Sky-Reaching Church. Originally, he thought that there really was a spatial crack, but now it seemed that was not the case. In any case, he planned to observe silently. If there was any danger, he would deal with it at that time. Anyway, he didn't want to stand out. Didn't he see that these heavenly kings were studying it very seriously? It's great that you can come here. We've decided to wait for some people to come here before we break the seal. At that time, we'll go down and see what's inside. In any case, we can't let the heavenly demon clan get their hands on it. Recently, there have been traces of heavenly demons appearing in the surroundings. Perhaps a heavenly demon king might come here. This made Lin Fei a little surprised. Could it be that there are other things sealed in the spiritual realm? But this place was clearly not far from the place he was familiar with. Although Lin Fei didn't go there, he believed what that heavenly demon king said. That place might really have the heavenly demon god's blood. But he didn't know it here, but he had to see the situation first. In the next few days, there were more and more people here. All of them were experts studying this sealed place. Lin Fei was quite leisurely. Anyway, he looked young here. They didn't ask Lin Fei to do anything, so Lin Fei just waited outside. He caught a lot of heavenly demons, but how could these heavenly demons resist Lin Fei's attack? After some interrogation, he found that there were a lot of heavenly demons in the surrounding area, and even traces of heavenly demon kings were found. This also made Lin Fei a little surprised. It seemed that there was really a good thing below. Could it be that I'm mistaken? Even Lin Fei felt somewhat confused. We have to take action. If we don't take action, these heavenly demons will increase, and it will be difficult to deal with them. When everyone heard that there was a trace of the heavenly demon king, their complexion became dignified. They decided to use violent means to break this sealed area. They didn't want to study it slowly. With the strength of so many people, how could they not break such a sealed place? Of course, Lin Fei didn't have any opinion on this. He also wanted to see what was worth the traces of heavenly demon kings in the surroundings. There was a loud rumbling sound. Everyone started to break this sealed place. With this move, they felt that this sealed place was extraordinary. Bright lights shone. If it wasn't for the fact that these lights didn't have any attack power, everyone would be on guard. This thing didn't have any attack power, but its defense was super strong. Even if everyone joined forces, the speed of breaking it was not fast. Lin Fei stayed among them and didn't go all out. Everyone was pushing a treasure together, using this treasure to break this sealed place. It was fine as long as it was a little stronger than them, and it didn't attract everyone's attention. Just when they were breaking the array, someone rushed in from the outside. Not good. A heavenly demon king has started to attack with heavenly demons. He should know that we're going to break this sealed place. They have already rushed to the 9th floor. Not good. They have already rushed to the 8th floor. The 7th floor. People kept rushing in to report the situation. It was obvious that the current situation was somewhat bad. This wasn't good news for everyone. Who would have thought that after studying for so long, the heavenly demons would start to attack before they could completely understand the sealed place. They were coming in menacingly, and everyone was ready to throw caution to the wind. They kept attacking the sealed place. Fortunately, the effect was very obvious. Under the absolute suppression of power, these lights were getting weaker and weaker. After a loud rumbling sound, an opening finally appeared in the sealed place. Everyone rushed down immediately. There was actually a huge secret room below. In the center of the secret room was a stone platform. On the stone platform, there was a suspected treasure. This was also everyone's preconceived notions. Later, a heavenly king recognized it and immediately cried out, "No, this isn't an elixir. This should be a heaven god elixir. How can there be such a thing?" Chapter 46:29. The traces of the sky demons kept appearing, and they started to approach the surroundings of the secret room. Human clan experts kept falling under the siege of these sky demons. There was even the voice of the heavenly demon king. "If you humans don't want to die, then obediently surrender. That's right, once we kill our way in, none of you will be able to survive. To dare touch the things of our heavenly demon clan, you guys are truly bold. Hurry up and surrender." The voices of these heavenly demon kings were filled with overbearing arrogance, and one figure after another started to appear outside. At this moment, the expressions of the human clan experts in the secret room became even more solemn. Previously, they didn't know what this Tianshan Dan was used for. After a series of explanations, they came back to their senses. So this Tianshan Dan actually had such a strong effect. For a pill like this, if they didn't say it out loud, no one would know what use it had. But after saying it out loud, everyone cried out in surprise. So this was the legendary Tianshan Dan. Consuming one could immediately increase one's strength by leaps and bounds. To be able to become a god-level powerhouse from a mortal, this was definitely a treasure that could move people's hearts. They finally understood why these sky demons were so aggressive. With this Tianshan Dan, after consuming it, their sky demons would at least be able to produce an Emperor King powerhouse. With such an Emperor King powerhouse, they would be able to sweep through the entire spirit realm. They actually didn't know anything about such a secret. If not for the fact that they had obtained this information from the other sky demons, they would have really been succeeded by these sky demons. All the heavenly kings present looked at the Tianshan Dan on the stone platform, and their expressions all changed. If one ate the Tianshan Dan, they would have a chance of becoming an Emperor King powerhouse. This kind of temptation was definitely quite attractive to them. These heavenly king powerhouses looked at each other as if they were considering something. And in an instant, these heavenly king powerhouses all made their moves, fighting for themselves. Everyone went to fight for the Tianshan Dan. Even those who were slightly weaker couldn't help but make a move. When Lin Fei came down, he leaned to the side. When he came down, he felt that something was wrong. This secret room was filled with traces of danger. This trace of danger was not felt by Lin Fei. It was a message from the infinite God tree. The temptation of a Tianshan Dan was very attractive to others, but to Lin Fei it was still quite ordinary. After all, he was already a heaven monarch realm expert. If he cultivated his physical body further, he would be able to rival an imperial lord. It was just a matter of time, unlike them who had been stuck in these realms for a long time. If it wasn't for some special treasure, it would be very difficult to break through the realm in this lifetime. Now that the qualification of an emperor monarch was right in front of them, how could they not be moved? Lin Fei also admired the person who set up the trap. He had used a single Tianshan Dan to mess up the minds of these heavenly kings. Seeing that everyone had suffered heavy casualties, Lin Fei did not stop them at all. At this time, they had already been bewitched by the heavenly god pill. They wouldn't stop until the victor was decided. Anyone who was near them would be treated as an enemy. Lin Fei came to the side. The lines on the wall were very eye-catching. Lin Fei finally understood where the dangerous aura came from. It should be these lines. At this time, the figures of heavenly demon kings appeared above the entrance. Could it be that they want us to kill each other? No, it shouldn't be like this. Or do they have other ideas? Or... After seeing the figures of these heavenly demon kings appear, Lin Fei suddenly realized that the person they wanted to deal with was him. And the Tian Shindan was just a fake, but to these heavenly kings, it was a huge attraction. The heavenly demon king seemed to have taken out something, instantly stirring up the entire secret room. Rays of divine light burst out from the Tian Shindan, and every ray of divine light pierced through the heavenly king. Any heavenly king would instantly turn into a ball of blood upon encountering this attack. Such a dangerous aura instantly enveloped the entire secret room. At this time, the entrance of the secret room was also covered with layers of techniques, interweaving with each other. In an instant, Lin Fei completely understood that this was a huge trap set up by someone to kill him. These heavenly king powerhouses were just secondary. Lin Fei didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Was it worth it to create such a trap just to kill him? Or did he block the path of the heavenly demon clan to set up a trap for him, and even let so many heavenly kings accompany him to death? To these immortal sects, losing so many heavenly kings was definitely a huge blow to their vitality. It was truly a good plan to kill two birds with one stone. In this short period of time, beams of divine light attacked him one after another. Lin Fei activated his defenses. Even so, he could feel how terrifying these divine lights were. They actually pierced through his defenses in an instant, ignoring all defenses. Even Lin Fei's physical body was easily pierced through. He finally knew how terrifying this secret room was. The Heaven God pill wasn't a Heaven God pill at all. It was clearly an extremely terrifying treasure. Lin Fei's physical body was now at the heavenly monarch realm. It was extremely tough, but even so, it was still pierced through by these divine lights. After piercing through, the power of the divine light seeped in, wanting to corrode the entire meat floss. The tree of life in his body was also rustling. It was constantly being transported. Unlimited restoration. But even so, Lin Fei's restoration could not keep up with the methods of these divine lights. The divine lights seemed to be released endlessly. Lin Fei wanted to rush out from the entrance a few times, but the interweaving lights were filled with layers of defense. They forcefully stopped him. Lin Fei finally knew that he had been tricked. This trap was most likely set up by Big Senior Brother Gao Fan. He couldn't help but laugh bitterly in his heart. Lin Fei, you've really suffered a huge setback this time. I didn't expect you to create such a huge pit just to deal with me. He couldn't help but laugh bitterly in his heart. These heavenly demon kings outside were also paying attention to the situation in the secret room. In the blink of an eye, all the heavenly kings present were killed. No one could withstand the power of these divine lights. At this moment, only Lin Fei was able to withstand it. This caused these heavenly demon kings to be shocked. This human brat is too powerful. Even the annihilation divine light can't kill him. Chapter 46:30. Those people outside were indeed paying attention to the situation inside. They had a rather good understanding of the world-extinguishing godlight. Once it was unleashed, there was no way one could withstand it. Those powerful beings of the human race were killed one after another. Yet this Lin Fei seemed rather capable. Even after dozens of breaths had passed, he was still able to hold on. This caused those who had been paying attention to the situation to take in a deep breath of cold air. At the same time, they were glad that they had set up such a method. This time around, they would definitely be able to kill this Lin Fei. Without this person, the Celestial Demon Clan would have one less powerful enemy. Activate the second level of world-extinguishing godlight. I want to kill this Lin Fei right here. The Sky Demon in charge of commanding gave the order immediately. How do they have to kill Lin Fei right here? This guy's potential was far beyond their imagination. To be able to remain unscathed after dozens of breaths, even though he looked a little wretched. His strength was truly unfathomable. A person like this must not be allowed to live. This time around, the other party had already fallen into the trap. There was no way he could get out. It was just a matter of time. In order to prevent any accidents from happening, they might as well activate the second level of world-extinguishing godlight. Lin Fei was initially defending against the world-extinguishing godlight and trying to find a way out. But to his disappointment, there was no way out at all. The entire place was trapped. Even if he were to burst forth with all his strength, he still couldn't break through the restrictions of this place. Not good. They seem to have activated a new method. The number of godlights is increasing. If this carries on, the situation isn't looking good. Initially, there were already more world-extinguishing godlights, but now the number of godlights was increasing. It was like a meteor shower densely packed together. Anyone who saw this would definitely feel their scalp go numb. It was the same for Lin Fei. He finally knew that he was in deep trouble. In order to kill him, the other party had really put in a lot of effort. Calm down. I must calm down. Lin Fei was constantly maintaining his physical body to its peak condition. At the same time, he was looking for a way out. He felt that there must be another way out given the current situation. After calming down, Lin Fei finally found the key to leaving this place. He didn't have much confidence, but at least he could suppress the danger to his life. That was the origin of the Divine Light Capital. These divine lights were all emitted from a treasure on the stone platform, and they were densely packed and innumerable. Although Lin Fei didn't know what this divine light was, he knew that if he didn't want to die here, he had to get rid of this divine light. How to solve it? The best way was to completely refine this divine light. Lin Fei felt that he had to give it a try. If he succeeded, he could save himself a lot of trouble. Lin Fei instantly pounced towards the world-destroying god light. The closer they got to the divine light of annihilation, there were more and more streams of light, and they were constantly attacking him. The energy in Lin Fei's body was also being consumed very quickly. It was almost no different from drinking water. At this time, he couldn't care less about his heartache. He could only leave this place after dealing with this divine light. This divine light could even be a great help to him. The sky demons who were secretly observing also took in a breath of cold air. This guy was really capable. However, when they saw Lin Fei pouncing towards the world-destroying godlight, they were a little surprised. They didn't know what this guy was going to do. The closer the world-destroying godlight was, the stronger it was. No one had ever been able to get close to the world-destroying godlight. But now Lin Fei didn't know what was good for him and wanted to get close to the world-destroying godlight. Did he really think that he could withstand it? When he was about 3 to 5 feet away, Lin Fei felt a great pressure. Even his physical body was being penetrated. Next, half of his body was densely packed with holes. Fortunately, Lin Fei's physical body was strong at this time. Otherwise, he would have been finished in such a short time. Get over here. Lin Fei stretched out his palm. As he stretched out his hand, the divine light gathered together and instantly riddled Lin Fei's palm with thousands of holes. He shifted his consciousness and stretched his arm back. Then the branches of the divine tree of life showed up and shrouded the world, destroying God light. He didn't believe the divine light could threaten the divine tree of life. As expected, everything was as Lin Fei had imagined. The divine light didn't have a big impact on the divine tree of life. It was not like his palm was pierced and riddled with holes as soon as he stretched it out. Countless branches of the divine tree of life shrouded the world, destroying God light. Layer after layer. Finally, the world-destroying God light was pulled over. In the blink of an eye, the world-destroying God light was taken away. Lin Fei had a bad feeling as soon as the world-destroying God light was taken away. The world-destroying God light seemed to be more powerful. Beams of divine light burst out of his body. In the blink of an eye, his body was pierced through. Then the wounds on his body were getting more and more serious. With a crash, his entire body turned into pieces. Lin Fei is really bold. He really thought he could take the world-destroying God light after taking it away. What a stupid guy. Great. We finally solved a problem. The celestial demon in charge finally felt relieved. Lin Fei's strength was unfathomable indeed. He had persisted for such a long time and even managed to take away the world-destroying godlight. Especially his last resort, they still couldn't figure out what was going on. No matter what, this mission could be considered completed. He seemed to have told his superiors. The pieces were flying all over the sky. The divine light also showed up. One after another, they covered the entire small area. Anyone who went in at this moment would be killed by the world-destroying God light. The celestial demons didn't pay any more attention to the world-destroying God light. They left right away. Anyway, the world-destroying God light was still useful here. They could trick more people next time. This was a trap that they had left on purpose. Gao Fan, who had been sitting on the peak and drinking tea, finally received a piece of good news. That annoying Lin Fei was finally solved. Finally, I heard a piece of good news. This Lin Fei is too much. He could have just surrendered to me. How could he come up with other ideas? I can only say that he deserved it. He destroyed the Celestial Demon Clan. There's so many Celestial Demon Kings. Killing one of them is already letting him off easy. In order to eliminate Lin Fei, Gao Fan had spent quite a bit of effort. He even used a treasure like the world-destroying godlight. Unfortunately, once the world-destroying godlight was used, it was basically impossible to take it back. No one dared to take it back. We can arrange for people to attack Tianyuan City. Let's tear open one of the gates of the sky-reaching church first and catch them off guard. Bookseller's website. Chapter 4631. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. Host's life is in danger. Searching for life energy. Search successful. Plundering in progress. At this moment, the apocalyptic light had stopped as well. A series of dangerous auras were still lingering in the air. The corpses on the ground had long been shredded into pieces. No one could leave behind a complete corpse under the attack of the apocalyptic light, if the experts of the heavenly demon race had not left. At this moment, amidst this dangerous aura, a ball of light appeared. The fragments that were originally scattered emerged one by one and finally gathered together. These gathered fragments eventually formed a figure. This figure slowly opened his eyes. I didn't expect to be revived. After opening his eyes, Lin Fei said this. He had thought that he was dead for sure. When he retracted the apocalyptic light, he had indeed planned to fight to the death. He tried to refine it, but the apocalyptic light was even more terrifying than he had imagined. After it entered his body, even his heavenly king physical body could not withstand it. It tore him apart from the inside out. Who would have thought that Lin Fei would actually come back to life under such circumstances? At the same time, the most unexpected thing was that the long-lost system had appeared once again. It turned out that because of the God Tree of Life, one of the most powerful functions of the system had been activated. That was when the host's life was truly in danger, the protective measures would be activated. It was because of this protective measure that Lin Fei could come back to life. At the same time, 99% of the life energy of the God Tree of Life had been plundered. This allowed Lin Fei to come back to life. At this moment, Lin Fei opened his hand. A small seed appeared on his palm. This was the so-called God Tree of Life. The God Tree of Life, which was originally like a towering tree, turned into a seed after all its life energy was plundered. I didn't expect that one day I would gain something out of a disaster. Because of the God Tree of Life and the apocalyptic light, I've reactivated the system. Lin Fei sighed. Back when he came over from the alternate world. The system had fallen into a long dormant state due to the powerful strangulation ability of the alternate world. As for when he would recover, Lin Fei himself was not very clear. Who would have thought that the appearance of the divine tree of life would finally restore the system? To be honest, this was definitely an unexpected surprise for Lin Fei. He never thought that the system would appear at this time. Ding! Congratulations to the host for being reborn. Hearing this cold voice, Lin Fei felt an inexplicable sense of familiarity. Hello, system. Without the system, there wouldn't be the current Lin Fei. So Lin Fei had never forgotten about the system. If it weren't for the fact that he couldn't activate the system, Lin Fei would have thought of a way long ago. By a freak combination of factors, the Heavenly Demon Clan had actually done him a great favor. Lin Fei couldn't help but laugh 3 times. Ha! I wonder if the experts of the Heavenly Demon Clan will cry themselves to sleep in the toilet after hearing this news. In any case, they won't be happy. Lin Fei suppressed the excitement in his heart after laughing. Right now, there was still something he had to do, and that was to leave this place as soon as possible. Lin Fei's gaze turned to the divine light. Lin Fei was very clear about the might of the divine light. Even his heavenly king, physical body, couldn't withstand it. In the end, it even caused the divine tree of life to lose 99% of its life force. With only this one life seed left, it would be strange if Lin Fei didn't have any thoughts about the divine light. World Annihilation Divine Light, an Emperor Lord-level treasure, able to cause large-scale damage within a certain range. It is a group attack treasure. Refining the World Annihilation Divine Light requires 50 million honor points. Since the host has been reborn for the first time, you may obtain a free chance to refine it. Suddenly, a notification came from the system, which surprised Lin Fei a little. This seemed a little different from the previous system. A second later, a large amount of information entered Lin Fei's mind. The corners of his lips curled up, and he couldn't help but laugh and cry. He didn't expect the system to be able to update itself. No wonder it was a little different from before. The updated system was called the Honor System. As the name suggested, the Honor System was rather simple. Lin Fei just needed to constantly make his presence known and let everyone know that he existed. When the time came, he would be able to obtain a certain amount of honor points, which were very useful. For example, he could refine this World Annihilation Divine Light. Other than that, these honor points could also be used to improve his strength. This meant that Lin Fei's cultivation wouldn't be so hard from now on. Actually, the honor system had another name, which was the leisurely leveling system. Lin Fei liked this leisurely leveling system even more. It indeed had a hint of Buddha-like nature and was a little different from before. Lin Fei, Heavenly King Realm, leveling up, 100 million honor points. Honor points, none. This was the current state of the leisurely leveling system. It looked quite decent, but unfortunately there were no honor points. Lin Fei didn't even think about it as he used the free refining opportunity. He would refine this World Annihilation Divine Light first. Lin Fei already had a deep impression of this World Annihilation Divine Light. It was no wonder it could kill him. It was actually an Emperor Lord-level treasure. Its might was indeed domineering. Seriously, whoever encountered it would be unlucky. Who asked this World Annihilation Divine Light to be so powerful not only against treasures, but also against one's physical body? Its most powerful aspect was its penetrative ability and destructive power. It was a true area of effect treasure. For the heavenly demon race to be willing to leave such an Emperor Lord-level treasure here, they were indeed quite bold. Lin Fei could also tell that an Emperor Lord-level treasure like this was not something that just anyone could use, especially a treasure like this. Once it was used, it would be difficult to take it back. Right now, Lin Fei had to refine the World Annihilation Divine Light first. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to leave at all. Who knew if the World Annihilation Divine Light would show its might again later? Lin Fei didn't want to do it a second time. After all, it was all thanks to the Tree of Life that he was able to survive this time. Just thinking about it made him sigh. In the blink of an eye, the Tree of Life had become a life seed. Under Lin Fei's gaze, a Jingguang flew out and landed on the World Annihilation Divine Light. In the blink of an eye, Lin Fei formed a connection with the World Annihilation Divine Light. He raised his hand. The World Annihilation Divine Light flew over. It was a divine light that was the size of a fist. It was extremely incredible, and it exuded a terrifying and threatening aura. Now, it had landed in Lin Fei's hands just like that. The Emperor Lord level treasure, the World Annihilation Divine Light. I got it just like that. Chapter 4632. Tianyuan City. The night was dark and windy. Everyone was immersed in excitement. This was the second time they had blocked the attack of the Heavenly Demon Clan. That personal disciple, Lin Fei, had personally killed more than a dozen Heavenly Demon Kings. His strength was unfathomable, and he had become their idol. It also let them know that the Heavenly Demon was actually not that difficult to deal with. As long as everyone was united, it would be easy. Even Jun Shan was relieved at this time. Although he did not know why Lin Fei went out, with the elders coming down from above, there should be no worries. Just now, when he just laid down, there was suddenly a loud sound coming from outside. He immediately rushed out. As soon as he did, he saw several Sky Fiend experts surrounding him. He was caught off guard. When he saw these heavenly demons and the traces of heavenly demons everywhere, he realized that the heavenly demons had come again for a night attack, and they succeeded. This was something he did not even dare to think about. He had clearly opened the formation. Even if the heavenly demons outside wanted to break in, it would take some time. He could also calmly organize a counterattack, but the current situation was really beyond his expectations. The heavenly demons came in just like that. It seemed that they came prepared, and the experts of Tianyuan City were caught off guard. Who could have imagined that they would come back at this time, and with such menacing momentum? Your Tianyuan City can't escape this time. Without Lin Fei to help you, let's see how long you can persist. I forgot to tell you, this time in order to break into Tianyuan City, we have dispatched a total of 130,000 heavenly demons. The loud voice directly spread in the sky above Tianyuan City. It also fell into the hearts of all the experts of the human clan. Originally, these human clan experts were caught off guard, and there were heavy casualties. Now that they heard this voice, they were even more flustered. 130,000 heavenly demons. If it was before, they would not be so worried. After all, there was the personal disciple, Lin Fei, here to hold the fort. Even if it was a heavenly demon king, what could he do? He was still eliminated by Lin Fei. But now, Lin Fei was no longer here. It was said that he had accepted some kind of mission and gone out. The elder in charge of this place was sent down from above, and his strength could be considered quite strong. However, they didn't really believe it. Only with Lin Fei here did they believe that they could stop the attack of the heavenly demon race. When Jun Shan heard this voice, he knew that it was going to be bad. These words would affect the morale of the human race, but he couldn't refute them. Lin Fei was really not in Tianyuan City at this time, but Jun Shan still shouted immediately, "Everyone, don't believe the words of the sky demons. They are saying this on purpose to affect our morale. Let's join hands and kill them all. If Lin Fei finds out, he will definitely rush back and capture all of them, just like last time." Jun Shan's words were quite useful. At the very least, it brought back a lot of morale. Last time, Lin Fei came back at a critical moment. This time, they also believed that Lin Fei would definitely return at the crucial moment. Wasn't it just 130,000 sky demons? Who was afraid of who? Therefore, the originally somewhat collapsed mentality was found again. Everyone dealt with these sky demons in groups of 3 to 5. The human race experts had also learned to be smart. They would never fight with the sky demons in close range. Instead, they chose guerrilla tactics. This was also a summary of their experience. If 130,000 sky demons were scattered, their power would indeed be divided. For a time, the entire Tianyuan city was filled with killing each other. As soon as a sky demon rushed into the courtyard, it was besieged by 7 or 8 experts. There were all kinds of means without exception. In the distant void, there were a few heavenly demon kings standing, but they didn't make a move. Now that Lin Fei was no longer in Tianyuan City, it was only a matter of time before they took down Tianyuan City. Therefore, they naturally didn't need to make a move because there were basically no experts in the entire Tianyuan City. This time, we should have nothing to worry about. That Lin Fei has long been destroyed by the world-extinguishing godlight. It's a pity that such an emperor-level treasure was wasted. What's there to pity? Killing Lin Fei is a great merit. That guy is also very strong. We used the world-extinguishing godlight to kill him. Yeah, you should know that there are only a dozen world-extinguishing godlight in total. Just one was wasted there. These heavenly demon kings were the existence that participated in it. Naturally, they knew the importance of the world-extinguishing godlight. It was really rare to see them use the world-extinguishing godlight for a human race expert. Now it seemed that it was quite worth it. Without Lin Fei, this Tianyuan city could be breached by them. At that time, they could catch all the forces in the spiritual realm by surprise and seriously affect their mentality. Now, who didn't regard Tianyuan City as a powerful city? Even such a powerful city like Tianyuan City had been breached, let alone other cities. Therefore, the subsequent impact of breaching Tianyuan City would be very great. They stood in the void in addition to staring at Tianyuan City, in case the experts of the Heavenly Reaching Church came to support them. Fortunately, they had already isolated this area with a formation. It could be said that they had put in a lot of effort. There was no other way. After all, the population of millions of people in Tianyuan City was very attractive. Although millions of people were not a lot, for their heavenly demon clan, they hadn't plundered so many people for a long time. With these millions of people, they could definitely cultivate a lot of experts. This time they could only succeed. They couldn't fail. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. The time that the people of Tianyuan City persisted was far beyond the expectation of the heavenly demon kings, which made them frown. This was a bit different from what they had imagined. When did the resistance of Tianyuan City become so fierce? Their 130,000 heavenly demons actually lost more than 60,000 heavenly demons in a short period of time, which was another huge number. For a moment, they didn't dare to accept it. When did their heavenly demons become so weak that they couldn't even beat the human race, and instead lost more than 60,000 heavenly demons? If they didn't see it with their own eyes, they wouldn't dare to believe it. More than 60,000 heavenly demons, who had always been fierce, were killed like this. The remaining 60,000 heavenly demon kings still had their fighting strength, but it seemed that it would be somewhat difficult to take down Tianyuan City. After several heavenly demon kings looked at each other, they felt that they still had to do it themselves. If they had known this earlier, they would have started from the beginning. They wouldn't have waited until now and lost more than 60,000 heavenly demons in vain. Several figures rushed to Tianyuan City. Who asked you to make trouble here? A cold voice sounded. In an instant, the voice reverberated over the entire Tianyuan City. Several rays of light flashed in an instant. Many human race experts raised their heads and saw heavenly demon kings falling from the sky. Thump, thump, thump. Chapter 46:33. When these heavenly demon kings heard this voice, they felt that something was wrong. Why did this voice sound a little familiar? Then they saw rays of light coming over. After seeing these rays of light, a single word popped up in their minds in an instant. Wasn't this the annihilation godlight? Why did it appear here? In the blink of an eye, they completely lost consciousness. They saw these divine lights pass through their bodies. One by one, they fell from the sky. Until their death, they didn't understand why the annihilation godlight would appear here. It was completely impossible. Those experts were being suppressed by the heavenly demons. The humans who didn't have the advantage also saw the young figure in the sky. If it wasn't Lin Fei who they admired the most, who else could it be? Lin Fei is back. That's great, we won. These damn heavenly demons only know how to sneak attack our Tianyuan city when our personal disciple isn't here. They deserve to be unlucky again. Everyone, don't be idle. Let's go back and teach these heavenly demons a lesson. Our Tianyuan city isn't so easy to sneak attack. Lin Fei's return instantly gave these people unlimited motivation. The original disadvantage directly became an advantage, suppressing these heavenly demons and constantly attacking. These heavenly demons originally heard that Lin Fei wasn't here, so naturally they weren't afraid. But now, as soon as he came back, he killed all the heavenly demon kings with just one move. How could these heavenly demons stay? In the blink of an eye, their mentality collapsed. How could they fight, hurry up, and escape? How could Lin Fei let these heavenly demons leave? Streaks of light shot out and chased them back. Any heavenly demon who wanted to escape was shot to death without exception. Surrender. Surrender quickly. Only by surrendering will you have a way out. Otherwise, only death awaits you. A loud voice reverberated in the sky above Tianyuan City. It also caused a certain someone in the distance to look at him in an unfriendly manner. Damn it, why did he come back at this time? This shouldn't be, he was obviously ambushed there. Could it be that these people are playing a big joke on me again? At this moment, Gao Fan could no longer sit still. He stood up. Everything around him collapsed, and the surroundings became empty. His eyebrows furrowed, and he couldn't believe what he had just seen. Under the world annihilation divine light, an imperial lord-class treasure, Lin Fei was actually able to return. What the hell was this? That was the world annihilating divine light. Even he, Gao Fan, could not guarantee that he could retrieve the world annihilating divine light. The facts told Gao Fan that the situation was like this: that Lin Fei came back and easily destroyed their group of heavenly demon kings. As a result, the number of heavenly demon kings on hand could be counted on one's fingers. In addition to the heavenly demon army, they suffered heavy losses this time. It's over, it's really over. In Gao Fan's opinion, Tianyuan City could be broken through no matter what. In the end, it would end up like this. Their heavenly demons had suffered heavy losses here. So many heavenly demon kings had died, not to mention the captured heavenly demons. Gao Fan turned around and left. He knew that if he didn't leave, Lin Fei might come looking for him. If he left again, it would be a little troublesome. Now he had to return to the heaven-reaching church to carry out the next step. This Tianyuan city could no longer be attacked. Even if he wanted to attack, those heavenly demons would not agree. This was clearly a pit of fire. Once he came, he couldn't leave. Fortunately, these heavenly demons would eventually be sent to the heaven-reaching church, which could be regarded as an opportunity. With Lin Fei's return, the effect was naturally self-explanatory. The heavenly demon kings were directly annihilated. Even these heavenly demons lost their fighting spirit and were directly captured. For a time, it was a complete victory. Of course, for Lin Fei, the harvest of this trip was also great because he had gained honor points. The number of honor points skyrocketed. In a short time, he had gained millions of honor points. 1,000,000 honor points was not a lot, but it was just the beginning. This also made Lin Fei more convinced that this leisurely upgrade of the system was indeed a lot easier. As long as he could get honor points, cultivation was really no different from drinking water. Unfortunately, there was no trace of the heavenly demon kings around this time. They should have all escaped, so Lin Fei was too lazy to deal with them. In his study room, the honor points continued to be gained. Lin Fei had also figured it out. A single person could indeed gain a lot of honor and glory. As for how much, he wasn't sure. This also made Lin Fei more aware that he wanted to get more honor points. He was afraid that he had to go out and show his existence. Fortunately, at this time, there were heavenly demons in the entire spiritual realm, so he could naturally get a lot of honor points. After half a day, Jun Shan came to report the situation. This time, the loss was quite big. Even the elder who came down was killed, not to mention the other experts. As soon as this was mentioned, Jun Shan seemed a little annoyed. Who could imagine that the heavenly demons would actually launch a sneak attack again? Was there really something good waiting for them in their Tianyuan city? Why did they launch a sneak attack again and again? Every time they were almost breached. After this time, they should not attack our Tianyuan city again. You have to find someone to investigate and find out where the nest of the heavenly demon clan is. I have to pay them a visit. Jun Shan was a little surprised when he heard this. He didn't expect that Lin Fei actually wanted to find trouble with the heavenly demons. He shook his head immediately. Junior brother Lin Fei, it is not that easy to go to the lair of the heavenly demons. I heard that there are dangers lurking in every corner. If you go like this, I'm afraid that you will be in great danger. I think you should just forget about it. In any case, they have already suffered greatly. Jun Shan was really afraid that Lin Fei would get angry and run to the nest to take it. At that time, it would be a little difficult to come out when he was suppressed by these heavenly demons. The name of the shadow of the tree was not a joke. The heavenly demons were already ferocious. If anyone dared to look down on them, they would eventually pay a great price. Lin Fei smiled. You can rest assured about this. Even if the heavenly demons are powerful, how many powerful heavenly demons can they bring out now? Didn't you see that these heavenly demon kings are almost dead? If I don't pay them a visit now, I will feel that it's a bit of a pity. This was also what Lin Fei figured out. These heavenly demons could come to Tianyuan City. Then why don't I pay them a visit? I can also farm some honor points. If there wasn't this leisurely leveling system, Lin Fei wouldn't have thought about it. But now it was different. I should take advantage of the opportunity to farm quickly. Chapter 4634. Jun Shan's actions were quite fast. He immediately found some clues for Lin Fei. There were still traces of the sky demons. It didn't seem to be anything else. Lin Fei looked at the information in his hands and knew where the sky demons were hiding. In such a short period of time, he had already earned 2 million honor points. It wasn't a lot, but it was a decent gain. 1 billion honor points was enough to level up. Lin Fei was quite happy. At the same time, Lin Fei realized that there were many uses for honor points. He could use honor points to refine treasures. He could even use honor points to exchange for items. It was just that the mall hadn't been opened yet. It was gray in color. Lin Fei didn't need to think to know that it was because his honor points hadn't reached a certain level. Otherwise, he would have been able to open it. The mall did need to be opened. However, the number of honor points required wasn't small. It required 1 billion honor points. Of course, although the threshold seemed high, it wasn't difficult at all. If Lin Fei focused on farming honor points, he could probably earn 1 billion honor points in a month. As a result, Lin Fei became even more indifferent towards cultivation. Other than being able to buy items in the mall, Lin Fei was more interested in the honor points lottery. This lottery was worth 1 million honor points each time. Other than that, there were tens of millions of honor points and hundreds of millions of honor points. The items were different every time. It was very random. This made Lin Fei even more tempted. 2 million honor points wasn't a lot, but it wasn't a small amount either. Lin Fei felt that it was better to keep it on hand first. Right now, it was better to earn more honor points. When the young masters from other worlds came, it wouldn't be so easy to earn honor points. At least the sky demons wouldn't be afraid of him alone. Instead, they would be afraid of the other young masters. This would greatly reduce his honor points. After receiving the news, Lin Fei went out. However, before he left, he felt that he had to visit someone. I'll grind a few things on him first. That person was big senior brother Gao Fan. It would be a pity if he didn't plunder him. Therefore, Lin Fei directly flew back to the heavens-reaching church. As soon as he returned to the heavens-reaching church, he was recognized by numerous disciples, who cheered for him constantly. Lin Fei is back. I heard that the heavenly demons have come to attack Tianyuan City again. In the end, they suffered a great loss and captured a large number of heavenly demons. That's a good thing. We have a heavenly demon to train with. Junior brother Lin Fei is really a good person. Now, everyone knew that it was junior fellow apprentice Lin Fei who brought back these heavenly devils in the heavens-reaching church. The heavenly demon clan had already suffered several setbacks in Tianyuan City, and this Lin Fei made them worship him even more. He worshipped him even more than his eldest senior brother Gao Fan. This time, not only the disciples worshipped Lin Fei, but even the elders' impression of Lin Fei had changed greatly. At least he defended Tianyuan City 3 times and captured hundreds of thousands of heavenly demons. This was definitely a great contribution. Along the way, these elders all greeted Lin Fei. Lin Fei also smiled and returned the greeting. At the same time, he looked at the increasing honor points. It was really right that he came back. This time he made his presence known and earned another 500,000 honor points. It was really wonderful. Junior brother Lin Fei, you're really good. You killed so many experts of the heavenly demons just by coming and going. I'm far inferior to you. There were also quite a number of direct disciples who had come over. For example, this Feng Yi. She had been paying attention to Yi Xian's situation. She did not expect those heavenly demons to be killed by Lin Fei just like that. Even so many heavenly demon kings died. It was a little hard to believe. At the same time, she was glad that her relationship with Lin Fei was quite good. Her eyesight was right. I didn't do much. I'm just keeping watch for everyone. I can only say that those heavenly demons are stupid. They come to attack Tianyuan City every day and suffer heavy losses every time. I really don't know how they manage. Hearing what Lin Fei said, Feng Yi giggled. How can you say that about them? I guess they're going to hit their heads against the wall now. I didn't expect to lose so many in Tianyuan City. It seems that even my eldest senior brother's mood is not so good these days. I don't know if it's because of the cultivation. Lin Fei did not know whether to laugh or cry. How was this a cultivation problem? It was simply a heavenly demon who felt sorry for the losses. These captured heavenly demons were easy to deal with. Those dead heavenly demon kings were the most distressing. It was not easy to cultivate a heavenly demon king. There were not many heavenly demon kings that came out of the space crack this time. Almost all of them were in Tianyuan City. It can't be. Eldest senior brother is in a bad mood. Then I have to go and see him. At least I can have a heart-to-heart talk with him. Cultivation can't always be smooth sailing. Don't you think so? After chatting for a while, Lin Fei went to the mountain peak where eldest senior brother Gao Fan was. When Feng Yi saw this, she was stunned. It seemed like Lin Fei was a little different today. Why was he so enthusiastic? It was a far cry from his usual self. Since when did junior brother Lin Fei's mood become so good? Didn't he always dislike eldest senior brother Gao Fan? It's really strange. Even if Feng Yi had a brain, she still couldn't figure it out. How could eldest senior brother be in a bad mood? How could junior brother Lin Fei be in a good mood? Lin Fei went all the way to eldest senior brother Gao Fan's mountain peak. With a roar, the door opened and he directly went up to the mountain peak. Now Lin Fei was a famous person in the entire heaven-reaching church. 3 batches of heavenly demons had fallen in his hands. It was very normal for him to come and see eldest senior brother Gao Fan. Eldest senior brother, I heard that you were in a bad mood. I specially came to see you and have a chat with you. I hope I didn't disturb you. Eldest senior brother Gao Fan was indeed in a bad mood. He didn't expect that so many heavenly demons that came out of the space crack would suffer a heavy loss in the blink of an eye. He was a little embarrassed. He had just been scolded. Then he heard Lin Fei's voice. He was a little puzzled. Why did this guy come to his mountain peak? Shouldn't he be in Tianyuan City at this time? However, he still came out to see Lin Fei. Otherwise, if word got out, everyone would think that something had happened to his first senior brother. Junior brother Lin Fei, why are you back? Gao Fan came out with a faint smile, but he really wasn't happy at all. Who asked Lin Fei to give him a harsh lesson and a deep memory? Chapter 46:35. He was serious. At this time, Gao Fan was quite unhappy to see Lin Fei coming over. He was even more unhappy. He had planned it so well. But how could this guy come back alive? That was the world-destroying divine light. Until now, he had not figured it out. He went there to have a look in private, but when he went there, he was a little dumbfounded. This treasure, the world-destroying divine light, had disappeared. How could this be possible? Once this kind of world-destroying divine light was used, it could not be taken back at all. Every time it was used, there would be one less. But now, this world-destroying divine light had disappeared. How could he not be shocked? For a time, Lin Fei was full of all kinds of mysteries. He finally knew why everyone could not see through Lin Fei. The young man definitely had a powerful background, and it was definitely not an insignificant one. He was definitely not a native of the spiritual realm. Gao Fan really wanted to slap himself. Why did he only know now? I heard that you were in a bad mood, right? Come and see you. When Gao Fan heard this, he felt like his wound was torn open again and a lot of salt was sprinkled on it. That feeling was really quite unpleasant. This was hitting him when he was down. Was it good to sprinkle salt on the wound? For a moment, Gao Fan felt that Lin Fei came here on purpose to provoke him. It was he who asked him to go there to check the space crack, but he encountered the world-destroying divine light. It would be strange if he did not suspect it. Gao Fan did not change his smile. Actually, it's nothing serious. I just encountered a little bottleneck in my cultivation recently. As you know, it's a little difficult to make a breakthrough in my realm. However, I believe this little bottleneck is nothing. Junior fellow apprentice Lin Fei, you're really awesome. You've stopped the attack of the heavenly demons once again. I believe they won't dare to attack you again. You're a celebrity in our heavens reaching church. It wasn't easy for Gao Fan to be able to say something like that. He had no choice. He hated Lin Fei too much, but he dared not reveal a trace of it, for fear that Lin Fei would notice it and be on guard. It was not easy for Gao Fan. Actually, I don't think it's a big deal. After all, everyone will reach a bottleneck. But I think if you really reach a bottleneck, you shouldn't stay in the same place. The best way is to go out for a walk, just like me. Whenever I have any bottlenecks or troubles, I like to go out for a walk and solve them in an instant. Cultivation has to be done step by step. Don't be anxious. Lin Fei said earnestly, gain 10 points of hatred. Gain 10 points of hatred. Gain 10 points of hatred. Although it was cold, Lin Fei could hear a voice in his heart. This made him a little surprised. It was normal to be able to farm honor points, but now he was actually generating aggro. This surprised Lin Fei. Could it be that there was a problem with the casual leveling system? This eldest senior brother, Gao Fan's hatred for him was not small either. It was actually a 10-point increase. In the blink of an eye, he had actually farmed 100 points of hatred. Ding, the host has gained aggro. The refining of special bloodlines can be activated. The more aggro, the more special bloodlines can be chosen. In addition, the use of time acceleration can be carried out. With that said, Lin Fei instantly didn't understand what it meant. He also saw the other interface. This interface was completely gray, but there were a lot of things on it, such as these bloodlines. There were also some great paths. For example, Emperor rank Grandaos and Divine rank Grandaos. In addition, there were also some bloodlines. For example, the treasure body. Lin Fei was dumbfounded. and his eyes were a little dazzled. That was way too awesome. He didn't expect that when he came to see his eldest senior brother Gao Fan, he could actually get a new function. This casual leveling system was really awesome. Lin Fei really loved this leveling system. It was much better than before, and it was even more casual and relaxed. He had to provoke these enemies, but it was also quite good to gain this amount of hatred. Eldest senior brother, I actually have something else to talk to you about. Has the Heavenly Demon Clan always been attacking Tianyuan City? I feel that as a personal disciple guarding here, I have to find some trouble for them no matter what. So I decided to visit their lair and give them a big gift to let them know that the experts of our human race are not so easy to bully. What do you think? Gao Fan was originally unhappy in his heart. He had lost so many heavenly demon kings and heavenly demons. But Lin Fan came over and sprinkled salt on the wound. Now he wanted to go to the lair of the Heavenly Demon Clan. He didn't take the heavenly demons seriously at all. Your idea is quite good, but there are many experts in the Heavenly Demon Clan. I'm afraid I'll be in danger if I go there rashly. Why don't I accompany you for a while? Gao Fan certainly didn't want Lin Fei to go to their Heavenly Demon Clan at this time. There were almost no experts over there. It was not easy for so many people to come out of the endless abyss. If they were all killed by Lin Fei in one fell swoop, then they would really have no place to cry. He had to persuade Lin Fei first before anything else. Lin Fei said seriously, I feel that this is the best time to go to the Heavenly Demon Clan, because they are all panicking and they don't have any experts. I plan to catch them off guard, and if I can injure them greatly, that would be the best. The more he said so, the more Gao Fan didn't want Lin Fei to go. I think you should put this matter aside for now. I see that your realm has reached a certain level, and there are some things here. You can take it back and have a look first. When I pass the bottleneck, I will definitely accompany you there. With the two of us joining hands, we won't be afraid of these heavenly demons. Gao Fan had an extra box in his hands. This box was filled with crystals again, but this time there were 3 cubic meters of crystals. He believed that Lin Fei would definitely be tempted. When Lin Fei took out the box, he knew what it was and knew that he had come to the right place. This senior brother Gao Fan really had a connection with the Heavenly Demon Clan. He actually used crystals to delay his time. He was really willing to spend the capital. Lin Fei opened the box, and his eyes lit up. Senior brother, you're too polite. I haven't even finished cultivating the ones you gave me last time. Gao Fan laughed. It's fine to leave this thing there. It can also be used to buy things. There's no need to refine it. I just feel that it's a little dangerous for you to go to the Heavenly Demon Clan's lair like this. Why don't we go together when the time comes? At least we can look after each other. Lin Fei thought about it. All right, I'll listen to senior brother. I'll go back first. You should also go out and relax. This bottleneck thing will pass in no time. Chapter 46:36. After seeing Lin Fei leave, the eldest senior brother Gao Fan heaved a sigh of relief. At the thought of it, he was still a little annoyed. He had actually taken 3 blocks of yuan crystals from here. He even suspected that Lin Fei had come this time on purpose, or had he seen some clues? Later on, after thinking about it, he concluded that Lin Fei should not have seen any clues. It was purely because he had nothing to do. Lin Fei wanted to go to the temporary lair of the Heavenly Demon Clan. This matter had to be taken seriously. If he really let Lin Fei go, he might stir up a lot of trouble. At this time, he must not let Lin Fei go to the lair of the Heavenly Demon Clan. Who knew what would happen? If he really caused a great damage to his vitality, he would really be completely dumbfounded. This matter had to be guarded against in advance. The eldest senior brother Gao Fan decided to go in person. He could not let Lin Fei get ahead of him. With the arrangements, everything would be easy. As long as Lin Fei dared to go, he could use the arrangements to make Lin Fei behave. If he could dig out the secret from Lin Fei, it would be the best. The eldest senior brother Gao Fan had always felt that there should be a powerful figure behind Lin Fei, who was leading all of this. However, he did not have any clues, as if there was always a mystery behind Lin Fei. Speaking of which, this was not a good thing, but rather a rather bad thing. After packing up, the eldest senior brother Gao Fan quietly left the sky-reaching church. To the outside world, he was going out for a walk to relax. Fortunately, it was helpful for breaking through the realm. Everyone was used to it after reaching the bottleneck. Basically, most people hoped to go out for a walk. They did not want to keep their heads down and say nothing. Instead, it would become more difficult for them to break through. I knew this guy would definitely come out. His means are quite good. He came quietly. He should be going to the lair of the heavenly demon clan. In the void outside, Lin Fei had been keeping an eye on the sky-reaching church. When the eldest senior brother Gao Fan came out, he knew immediately. Now that he had hidden in this void, he could be considered to have achieved something. However, this time, Lin Fei did not plan to follow him. He was waiting outside for his eldest senior brother Gao Fan to give him a small surprise. Gao Fan, the eldest martial brother, was very cautious all the way to the edge of the heaven-reaching church. Lin Fei had been following Gao Fan in the distance. After Gao Fan left the territory of Heaven's reaching church, Lin Fei had launched a world-destroying immortal light stealthily. In that kind of place, using the world-extinguishing divine light to deal with him, how could he not let him have a taste of it? As soon as the eldest senior brother Gao Fan came out, he looked around and prepared to use his treasure to escape. This was a peak-grade Heaven Monarch artifact, and it excelled in speed. With the help of this artifact, Gao Fan was able to move rapidly. Most importantly, this treasure was rather well hidden, and no one would be able to detect it. Just as he took out the treasure, a ray of light appeared. When this ray of light appeared, he instantly felt a sense of familiarity. His pupils shrank, as if he had seen a ghost. He hurriedly put up a defense, but it was still too late. The power of the world-extinguishing divine light was too strong. It pierced through Gao Fan in a single move. There was a trace of blood at the corner of his mouth. It took him a lot of effort to bear it, but he was not feeling well. I've been plotted against. Damn it, who plotted against me? It's even the world-extinguishing divine light. Could it be Lin Fei? Impossible. He shouldn't be so daring. Not everyone can refine the world-extinguishing divine light. Gao Fan immediately thought of Lin Fei, but he shook his head in the end. At this time, Lin Fei should have already gone back and would not plot against him. Moreover, whether this world-extinguishing divine light was taken away by Lin Fei was still a mystery. Gao Fan, who was about to go out, came back. He could not leave at this time. Gao Fan was quite aggrieved. He was actually plotted against by someone using the world-extinguishing divine light. It was really ridiculous. He used the world-extinguishing divine light to deal with others, but he was plotted against by someone else using the world-extinguishing divine light. Gao Fan returned to the heavens reaching church immediately. At this time, in his opinion, the heavens reaching church was the safest place. When those junior brothers and elders saw Gao Fan coming back, they were surprised. Especially at this moment, Gao Fan looked extremely battered and exhausted. Gao Fan could only say that he was attacked by a heavenly demon, which made the whole heavens reaching church alert. They did not expect that a heavenly demon would appear in the periphery, which could make Gao Fan, the eldest senior brother, look so embarrassed. It was definitely not an ordinary heavenly demon king. It was very likely to be a great master. This was the only explanation to cover up the fact that he had been plotted against. It was a little embarrassing. Fortunately, he finally returned to the heavens reaching church. What he needed to do now was to dig out this person. Lin Fei, who was hiding in the void, also left at once. He originally thought that this eldest senior brother, Gao Fan, should be quite bold. He did not expect that he was a little timid. After being plotted against by the world-extinguishing divine light, he fled back. When taking action, Lin Fei did not intend to kill Gao Fan with the world-extinguishing divine light. He was not so easy to kill. It was very likely that he was the 9th prince of the Heavenly Demon Clan. He had quite a lot of money on him, and it was quite pleasant to make him unhappy. At least now, Lin Fei was in a very good mood. Lin Fei did not return to Tianyuan City to assume command. At this time, there were no more heavenly demons attacking Tianyuan City, unless there was something wrong with their brains. Even if there was a 9th prince of the Heavenly Demon Clan, the heavenly demons below would not be happy. This was a trap. If he went to this trap, he would not come back. Therefore, at this time, Lin Fei could leave with peace of mind. He already knew the lair of the Heavenly Demon Clan. This time he would go to their lair and meet these experts of the Heavenly Demon Clan. After killing so many Heavenly Demon Kings and Heavenly Demons, there should be very few experts of the Heavenly Demon Clan who escaped. Even if there were, they would not be a match for him. At this time, if he did not go to get some benefits, it would be too much of a pity. Lin Fei also knew that he could farm hatred, and there was no doubt that the Heavenly Demon Clan was the most suitable place. Anyway, only a part of them came out. Lin Fei was also extremely bold. There was nothing to be afraid of. If the entire Heavenly Demon Clan came out, then Lin Fei would not have the courage to go. He could casually grab a bunch of Heavenly Monarch experts. Emperor experts. If they did not have some strength, they really would not dare to go. Now Lin Fei really had the courage. Bookseller's website. Chapter 46:37. Where was the lair of the Heavenly Demon? Lin Fei had a rough idea of what was going on. He was in the most remote place in the spiritual realm, known as the Death Zone. Actually, this Death Zone wasn't very dangerous, but in the eyes of these experts in the spiritual realm, this place wasn't worth going to. In the early days, this place was considered a battlefield. After many experts died here, this place slowly became a land of death. From time to time, some divine abilities would be triggered, coupled with some negative effects from the special treasures left behind after the death of some experts. This place became a death zone. There were some powerful Heavenly King experts who barged in and ended up as corpses inside. After a long time, no one dared to barge in here anymore. Ever since the Heavenly Demon Clan's spatial rift appeared here, the Death Zone became a veritable name. It also became the lair of the Heavenly Demon Clan. The people of the Heavenly Demon Clan didn't hide and swaggered around. They wanted everyone to know that they were in this Death Zone. As soon as he got close to this Death Zone, when he was still hundreds of miles away, Lin Fei saw wandering heavenly demons. These heavenly demons were in groups of 3 to 5 and seemed to be patrolling. They were densely packed in all directions. It really wasn't easy to enter the lair of the Heavenly Demon Clan. Lin Fei didn't plan on alerting the enemy this time. He was prepared to go in slowly. Only in this way could he catch the Heavenly Demon Clan off guard. Of course, the most important thing for Lin Fei to come over this time was to farm a batch of hatred. He had seen that the more hatred, the more things he could exchange for, especially some treasures. Of course, there were also the 3,000 great Daos that interested Lin Fei the most. As expected of a leisurely leveling system, it was really amazing. Even the 3,000 great Daos could be exchanged. Of course, this was also a huge number. Lin Fei was also wondering what it would be like if he were to exchange for the 3,000 great Dao and have them augmented his body. Just thinking about it made him excited. There was probably no one in the entire world who had truly cultivated the 3,000 great Daos. What would it be like after the 3,000 great Daos merged into one? If he didn't know that hatred could be exchanged for the 3,000 great Daos, Lin Fei really wouldn't be interested. He would have just killed his way in. There was no need to go through so much trouble. These Sky Fiends had low realms and poor observational skills. They could not detect Lin Fei's presence at all. The deeper they went in, the number of heavenly demons kept increasing. All this while Lin Fei had been curious about how many heavenly demons had come out. It was indeed quite frightening. No wonder they could split into so many groups and attack those cities nonstop. Once he was targeted by these heavenly demons, he really could not block them at all. In the end, they could only be conquered by the extraterrestrial demons and plundered of their population. After entering the death zone, the air was filled with traces of poison. These toxins were quite domineering. It seemed to have no effect on these heavenly demons at all. This heavenly demon race was very favored. Even these toxins had no effect on him. There are probably millions of heavenly demons here. I thought they had lost a lot of heavenly demons. Along the way, Lin Fei also saw the number of sky demons. It was incomparably huge, reaching millions. Millions of sky fiends were incomparable to billions of people. But these millions of heavenly demons could at least deal with a huge number of human experts. A sky fiend could easily deal with 2 or 3 human race experts, but human experts could not. This was the biggest advantage of the heavenly demons. In addition, their physical bodies were also powerful and invincible. Ordinary injuries would not make them stop. In other words, these heavenly demons were not afraid of death until the moment of death. One could imagine how much pressure the heavenly demon race brought to the human experts, but the human side could not. When the injuries reached a certain extent, they would naturally be defeated. This was the same as a battle between 2 armies. The only thing that made Lin Fei feel fortunate was that he did not feel too much of the heavenly demon king's aura here. Thinking about it, he understood. He estimated that they were all trapped in Tianyuan City. Just relying on these heavenly demons to want to attack Tianyuan City, it was too much. If they wanted to attack an ordinary city, with this huge number of heavenly demons, they still had enough strength. All the way to the depths of the death zone, Lin Fei even saw an entire stretch of white bones. These white bones were piled up like a mountain, looking quite spectacular, but also revealing an aura of death. No wonder no one was willing to come to this land of death. Instead, the heavenly demon race treated this place as their lair. As he ventured deeper, Lin Fei sensed a different aura. It was a black crack. When he saw the black crack, Lin Fei knew what was going on. This should be the space crack. It was wider and bigger than he imagined. At the end of this space crack, one could see a faintly discernible figure, very blurry. But Lin Fei could judge in an instant. This should be the other heavenly demon of the endless abyss. Lin Fei also had to admit that those heavenly demons of the endless abyss were still quite powerful, being able to make such a space crack. He even sent these celestial demon clans experts over. As for whether they could continue to send, it was not known. It was definitely not a good thing to leave such a space crack here. However, these experts of the spiritual world seemed to have avoided this matter. Lin Fei shook his head slightly in his heart, subconsciously telling him that with the existence of such a space crack, it might not be long before the experts of the heavenly demon race would continue to be sent over. This was not a good thing for the spiritual world. Who knew when the entire spiritual world would be occupied by the heavenly demon race? In the vicinity of this space, he saw a passage. It led to the underground. Those heavenly demon race experts should be deep underground. This time, Lin Fei came to farm hatred, so he naturally had to find some powerful heavenly demon race experts. He couldn't find those with average strength. That way, he wouldn't be able to farm any hatred at all. Only those at a higher level would be able to farm enough hatred. Just the cheapest 3,000 great Tao alone had 10,000 hatred points. At the beginning, when Lin Fei saw that 10,000 hatred points could be exchanged for a 3,000 great Tao, he was actually a little puzzled. When did the 3,000 great Tao become so cheap? After getting 100 from big senior brother Gao Fan, he understood that it was not so easy to farm hatred points. 10,000 hatred points was really a lot. He still had to work harder and slowly farm this hatred point. Now that the opportunity had come, it had become a lot easier. Chapter 4638. A small flying ship finally entered the spiritual realm. Then the flying ship was put away and a few figures rushed down. They were all young people, but they all had a trace of arrogance. Is this the spiritual realm? I didn't expect it to be such a remote place. Those heavenly demons really know how to find a place. If they came to our small world, we would have wiped them out. I'm afraid before you make a move, these heavenly demons would have been wiped out. But we are not too late. We can catch a group of heavenly demons and bring them back. I heard that many people are collecting these heavenly demons. If we want to catch these heavenly demons, of course we have to catch the strong ones. I have already received news that these heavenly demons are hiding in a place called the Death Zone in the spiritual realm. Let's go there now. These young masters were extremely powerful and were much stronger than the experts in the spiritual realm. All of them had the strength of a peak heavenly king, and there was a faintly discernible, dangerous aura on them. Obviously, they had brought some treasures that could increase their strength. In other words, they could have the combat power of a heavenly monarch. If word of this got out, it would be shocking. These young masters were heading straight for the death zone. They were moving so fast that not many people noticed them. 2 hours. They came to the death zone, and those heavenly demons discovered them and started to attack. The means of the heavenly demons were far from enough to deal with these young masters. These young masters casually threw out a scroll, and instantly 10,000 miles turned into frost. Then another scroll came out, and 10,000 miles turned into a land of fire. Another scroll came out and turned into an endless storm. In an instant, these heavenly demons were crushed into pieces. One by one, they shook their heads. And here I was wondering how strong these heavenly demons would be. It turns out that they're just SOO. Too weak. We have to find the heavenly demon king. Only the heavenly demon king can sell them at a high price. I hope the number here is not too small. It will be a joke if there is not enough for everyone. I heard that a heavenly demon king came this time. He can burst out the combat power of a heavenly monarch. I wonder how strong the combat power of a heavenly monarch is. What kind of news is this? I heard that a heavenly demon ninth prince came to the other side of the space crack. This is the valuable thing. Hearing this, the eyes of the other young masters lit up. Heavenly demon ninth crown prince. Just the name alone was enough to tell that he was a valuable character. It was much more valuable than the heavenly demon king. If he brought it back, he could really sell it for a good price. Lin Fei was already slowly descending the passageway. The lower they went, the greater the pressure from the spatial crack, the more Lin Fei could feel the invisible existence of the other side. No wonder he was an existence feared by the entire vast thousand worlds. It was the same for Lin Fei. After witnessing the might of these heavenly demons, he no longer dared to underestimate them. Fortunately, he had already obtained the leisurely leveling system, so he did not have to worry too much about improving his strength. It was just a matter of moving his hands. Someone seems to be coming. Could it be those experts from the spiritual realm? It shouldn't be possible. They don't have the leisure to do so. They are all cowards. As he moved downwards, Lin Fei sensed movement outside. It was vigorous and vigorous. He immediately rejected the idea of the natives making a move. They would not make a move at this time, especially in this death zone, the temporary lair of the heavenly demon clan. It was so obvious that it should be an expert from the outside. In other words, it was some young masters. For a moment, Lin Fei regretted coming at this time. It could be considered as alerting the enemy. Below the passageway, there were already many figures rushing up to the top. Without a doubt, they should be the experts of the heavenly demon clan. Sure enough, after a while, there were heavenly demon kings rushing up together. Each of them was not weak. In Lin Fei's view, the strength of these heavenly demon kings was still somewhat weak. The heavenly demon kings that rushed out instantly met Lin Fei. Lin Fei's concealment method was not very good. When they met, those heavenly demon kings were stunned. Obviously, they recognized Lin Fei. He had killed many of their heavenly demon kings. In their heavenly demon clan, he was also a well-known figure. All of them were furious. You are Lin Fei. How dare you come to the lair of our heavenly demon clan? This time you are dead. Everyone, let's go together. We can't let this kid go easily. He actually dared to kill so many of our heavenly demon king brothers. Kill him and eat his flesh. You take a bite and I take a bite. Only in this way can we be happy. The hatred these heavenly demon kings had for Lin Fei was quite great. In just one face-to-face time, he had imperceptibly contributed a lot of hatred. Even Lin Fei was a little surprised. In the blink of an eye, more than a dozen heavenly demon kings contributed hundreds of hatred. Lin Fei knew that he had made the right decision to come here. These heavenly demon kings hated him quite a lot. Isn't it because you guys are too useless? If you guys were useful, Tianyuan City would have been captured by you long ago. So I can only come here in person to let you guys vent your anger so that you won't have a belly full of anger, which is not good for your health. Lin Fei said seriously. As soon as these words came out, it was like sprinkling a handful of salt on the wound. It made these heavenly demon kings very angry and contributed hundreds of hatred. Lin Fei was the best at farming this hatred. It was just more stimulation. There was really nothing to be afraid of. More than a dozen heavenly demon kings attacked. The scene was really huge. They were all experts in close combat. As the blade light moved, a trace came over. If it was a human expert, he would definitely not be able to bear it and would be killed in seconds. Lin Fei's powerful body also felt a trace of dangerous aura. As expected of more than a dozen heavenly demon kings attacking at the same time, this scene was indeed quite a deterrent. It was worthy of being a headache even for human experts. With a clatter, a large amount of Emperor-level thunderbolts descended directly. These Emperor-level thunderbolts struck down like a stream of light. It was a full-range attack. The Tree of Life turned into a life seed. Lin Fei didn't have time to deal with it for the time being. For Lin Fei, his strength was indeed affected. The impact of this strength wasn't big. After the Emperor-level thunderbolts were released, the Annihilation God light hidden in them followed closely. When the thunderbolts hit these heavenly demon kings, it really made them feel the pressure, and their movements were a lot slower. These thunderbolts formed an invisible resistance, but they didn't really take it seriously. Bookhouse website